No commercial is needed. No commercial is needed. Let's start this by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. We want smoke number 60. I'm sorry, number 160. What y'all want to do? What's going on, brother?
What's up, family? How you doing?
All praises to the Most High, man. All praises. We got a few people in the chat who have called for the link. The link is in the chat. All you have to do is okay. There we go. There we go. All right, mic check, mic check.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We already got it popping. What's going on? We talked a little bit yesterday. With some
Right.
What says you kind of do the true Jews, but don't. End times teacher. The link is out there in the chat, so I'm just gonna put you in timeout for a second until you muster up the cojones to hit the. What you smoking? A cigarette, brother?
Yeah, but I ain't got no filter on it though.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead, brother. Lay it down. Let's go right into it, man. Let's get right into it. What's the first point? What's the first point of contention?
Cause y'all talking about like, cause I don't know if y'all teach that the Spanish and the Portuguese are Amalek. I don't know if y'all teach that or not.
That they're Amalek?
Yeah, that they're Amalek. No, we think that they're Edomites.
Okay, where are they listed as the sons of Esau in the genealogy? Where is Spain and where is Portugal as the sons of Esau or the sons of Amalek? Can you provide?
We just said no. We do not teach that Spanish and Portuguese people are Amalek. So no.
So y'all just teach that they're Esau.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me the names of, because you know how Esau had sons, right? So tell me the names. Where is Portugal and where is Spain in the Torah or the Tanakh or in the New Testament?
What did Spain and Portugal exist when the Tanakh was written as Spain and Portugal?
So where is it listed as the sons of Esau?
How are you going to ask me a question that's predicated upon something that doesn't even exist at the time at which the Tanakh is written?
Okay, so where is Spain in the Torah?
Spain is.
Show us where it's at.
It's in Obadiah 1 and 20.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. All praises. So who are they? Who are the? You do know that Spain and Portugal was once one entity, right?
I know that they were connected, yeah, the Iberia Peninsula, yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, who are they? Are they Japhites? Are they?
They're Hebrews.
I mean,
the people of Spain and Portugal are Hebrews. So is Ishmael. Ishmael is Hebrews. Edomites are Hebrews. Moabites are Hebrews. They all go back to the man Eber. So they're Edomites. Edomites are Hebrews. Thanks for helping us out there. Hi.
Okay, so according to Obadiah, right? Obadiah 1 and 20, right? It says that we will have Jews in captivity in Spain and Portugal, right? So Sephiroth, when you look at the word Sephiroth in Hebrew, right, it goes back to the Iberia Peninsula, right? So that's what that's going into. That's what it's talking about. In Obadiah 1 and 20.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
That's not what the word goes back to. It says a city on the coast of Zidon. It doesn't say Spain or Portugal.
No, hold on.
I know it says that we will possess the cities of the Canaanites too, but then it talks about the captivity of Jerusalem that's in Sephiroth. When you look at the word Sephiroth in the Hebrew, it means the Iberia Peninsula.
Brother, real quick. This what you're saying is so you believe the Sephardic Jews are Israelites?
Yes, they're Israelites.
Yeah, that's the problem. The only reason that the Sephardim lay claim to them being Israelites is predicated on this verse right here. This is Obadiah 1 and 20. And the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. In the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. So, is this speaking currently, this captivity, or is this a future captivity? That's my first question.
It happened in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, whenever Nebuchadnezzar took the Jews into Spain. Yeah, after the destruction of the first temple, King Nebuchadnezzar took Jews to Spain and to Portugal to be
Where's that in the
slaves.
Bible? Where's that in the Bible?
It's in history.
Okay, so it's not in the
I
Bible.
can pull it up. I can pull it up right now. I have it written down.
Okay, just to be clear, is we can't corroborate it with the Bible. Okay, so let's look at this word Sepharad, right? And let's see what this Hebrew word means. Where are you saying that this means Spain, sir? Look
It says mentioned right there a place where Israelites were exiled. So when they were exiled, they were sent into Spain and Portugal.
that
We
wasn't
also had Canaanites that went into Spain and Portugal,
Go
right?
ahead.
So we know that a lot of Canaanites have Hebrew DNA. I can also prove that as well.
Sir, where in the hell does it say Spain and Portugal? We were exiled to more than just Spain and Portugal.
But you admit that we were in Spain and Portugal, though, right? We were slaves over there too, right? The Israelites, right?
I don't believe that we got there until I don't believe that we got there until after medieval times. And there is a case that one could probably argue, but I can't substantiate it within what you would call the 70 books or the 80 books that Paul wanted to go to Spain. I know that is in the Sefer, but I don't see that in, let me just double check here.
So let me read something right quick, right? Let me read something right quick. It says, this is by Rabbi Menachem Levine, Isaac
Hold on.
Abarbanel.
I'm gonna give it right back to you. I'm gonna give it right back to you. Hold on, brother.
The first temple was destroyed.
Sir, 1 second. I'm gonna give it right back to you. So
All right.
yeah, let me just recant that. I do see Paul wanting to go to Spain. So I will say that at the time Paul wanted to make his journey here to Spain, then he would have been going for the Israelites scattered over there. But I don't know when they would have gotten there because the Bible don't say. But go ahead, you got it.
Are you talking about Tarshish? Is that what you're talking about?
No, literally right here in Romans 15 and 24, it says, whensoever I take my journey into Spain. Now let me see what this word is, though. It might not be the modern geographical locale for Spain. So let me see what the Greek is saying this is for Spain here. What the? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think this is it. Spain, scarceness, the whole peninsula south of Pyrenees, probably of foreign origin, Spania, a region of Europe, Spain. So it does seem like this is saying that it is Spain. But go ahead, I'll let you make your point.
No, so what I was trying to say is that like a lot of Jews, right? Like Nebuchadnezzar, right? Like King Nebuchadnezzar, right? He brought Jews to Spain, right? After the destruction of the first temple, he took them over there to Spain to be slaves, you know. So what a lot of these Portuguese men did, right? A lot of these Portuguese men did, and a lot of these Spanish men did, is that they took Hebrew women, right? They took Hebrew women, and they had babies with them. So that's what I'm saying. So it's proven too. Like I have something on my Facebook post. I'll pull it up in a minute. I'm just going on top of the head right now, but I have a lot of posts on that.
Are you saying
And also
everybody?
a lot
Are
of
you saying-
Canaanites were also in those areas. So we know that a lot of Canaanites carry that Hebrew DNA because according to Judges 3, right, we mixed amongst them. Right? We all have some kind of Canaanite DNA in us. If you consider yourself a Hebrew, you have some kind of Canaanite DNA in you as well.
But that doesn't mean that the fact that you're saying that Portuguese and Spanish men mixed with Hebrew women and they had children with them, they would no longer be Israelites. That's not how you determine who's an Israelite, just because you have DNA. that goes back to you go by your patrilineage. So that's not even a point. Unless you're just saying that, well, there's some people whose ancestors laid down like I don't understand. What's the point, though, my brother?
I mean the Portuguese were all over, right? Portuguese were in Africa. Portuguese were in the Americas, right? We know that Cabo Delgado, Cape Delgado, we know that we're in Cape Verde. We know that we're also there too. The Sephardics, we know that the Sephardics also went into Kingston, Jamaica. So even a lot of blacks have Sephardic DNA, even if they want to deny it. They have Sephardic DNA. They have Portuguese. If you ever seen those people in Africa and Cape Verde, they know they speak Portuguese. So how do you explain all of those Hebrews that are over there right now? Are you gonna call them Esau? You're gonna call them Edomites?
You would have to substantiate that enough of them people have their ancestry going back to the Portuguese or the Spanish for us to even consider it something worth addressing.
Yeah, basically, are you saying that all of Spain and Portugal are Israelites, or just some of our
Not all
people?
of them. Not the ones that are mixed with Ashkenazi. Not those. I'm talking about the ones that got mixed with blacks and the ones that got mixed with natives are Israelites. I'm not talking about the ones that got mixed with like Ashkenazi, like the Germans and all those. I'm not talking about the ones that were sent into like the Netherlands, or that were sent into like Amsterdam, or that were sent into the like all these different areas like Germany and all these other places that the Sephardics were scattered to, right? I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that got mixed with the natives, the ones that got mixed with the blacks. I'm talking about those are Israelites. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
What if a Israelite woman mixed with a Edomite man over there from Spain? What is that, baby? Because you keep saying mixed.
You're saying what if an Israelite woman, right, mixed with a Spanish man? So you're saying if the father is from Spain, right, and you saying if the mother is a Hebrew, right? That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that those are Hebrews?
No, we're asking you, is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they have to go by the father's lineage. So if your father is like native, if your father has some Spanish DNA, has some African DNA, then they're Hebrews, right? That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not talking
we
about like
reject.
let's say if the Spanish man is completely a Edomite, right? Let's say he's white from Spain, like he had no African roots, he had no native roots at all, then he would be considered an Edomite, right? According to y'all and according to me as well, you know, because I because I'm not like all these other Sephardics, right? Because all these other Sephardics, they'll tell you all this Ashkenazi shit. They'll tell you all this Ashkenazi bullshit, you know. They'll try to push white supremacy. I'm actually teaching black supremacy and Mexican supremacy, bro. I'm actually teaching like real stuff, bro. Like I consider some natives as Hebrews. I consider some Mexicans as Hebrews, or even blacks as Hebrews, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't really what you call it, like I'm not over here trying to teach white supremacy. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, we fully reject uh Sephardic Jewry. We look at it like Ashkenazi Jewry. Are some of our people over there? Yes, but to blanket them or bracket them as Sephardim,
What about that? What about the Afro Portuguese? Would you say that those are Hebrews?
yes, I would consider.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I
Okay,
consider myself because I got African roots as
okay,
well.
okay. Did the Afro Portuguese consider themselves Sephardic Jews?
Some of them do, yeah. The
Well,
ones that went to Morocco, the ones that went into North Africa, yeah.
you'd have to show me that. If you're talking about Moors, then Moors consisted of three different people groups, which are Africans, Arabs, and Israelites.
Okay, I'll show you right now how they went into North Africa. I'll show you right
No,
now.
I want to see where they consider themselves Sephardic Jews.
There's a lot of Afro Portuguese that consider themselves Sephardics.
Okay, well,
Sephardim.
yeah, if you could see that, I'd like to see that and look.
That the Moroccos are Hebrews, or you don't believe Morocco people are Hebrews?
No, Morocco or Arabs.
But Hebrew is a blanket term, though. So, like, I'm trying to. You mean
When
Israelites?
he
I'm
say
talking about
Hebrew,
North Africa. So you believe that everybody from North Africa is Arabic? Because you know we had black people in North Africa, right? They even spoke the Punic language, right? Which was the Paleo, right? They were similar to the Paleo language, right?
I understand that, but they also got pushed out during the Arab conquest, and that's why you have Arabs in all these places of North Africa.
Okay, let me read something right here from this book, right? And the name of the book is called Crypto Jews: The Long Journey, right? It says from Spain to the Americas. It says after the expulsion, most Jews moved to the countries nearest to Spain, including Portugal, France, Italy, and Morocco. Right? So it's like a lot of them went into Morocco, right? And we know we had Africans that were living there in Morocco. So a
Wait,
lot
so
of a
you
lot of Sephardics, a lot of Sephardics got mixed with black people in Morocco,
that's
in
you
North
that's
Africa.
you that's you assuming that those Jews in that text you just read are actual Jews and not converts.
The Sephardics mix the most with the natives, with the blacks. They mix the most out of everybody. They have the most Hebrew DNA out of all Europe. The
Sir,
Sephardics.
you keep talking about DNA. Do you know that the DNA cannot prove which race or ethnicity you go back to from the Middle East? It just says Middle East or Levant DNA, Levantine DNA.
So how do you explain all the conversos, right? Because I'm gonna read this right here, right? It says the first people of Jewish descent to the land of the Americas were conversos who came on the first voyage with Columbus in 1492. Conversos and crypto Jews were part of the early conquistador expeditions. When Hernan Cortez landed in Mexico in 1519, he was accompanied by four conversos. So they came to the Americas and they mixed with the natives as well. They mixed with the Mexicans. A lot of Portuguese men, a lot of Spanish men, they took native women and
Okay,
they had children with them.
okay,
It doesn't mean that they necessarily raped them. A lot of women wanted that shit. You know what I mean? Because I know what you're gonna try to do. You're gonna try to say, "Oh no, they were being raped. They were being raped." Nah, a lot of native women actually wanted to be with these Spanish men, wanted to be with these Portuguese men. You know, so a lot of Mexicans nowadays have that Portuguese Spanish DNA in them. Even if they want to deny it, they have it in them. It's in their blood. If you look
okay.
at the last names that they have nowadays, a lot of them come from Spain. Like
I'm
my
a,
last name is
That
my
that that
last
has
name comes
no,
from
that has no bearing on whether or not that. Okay, so you're saying that so every black person with the last name Jackson, Williams, uh, all etc. Their ancestor was taken advantage of by a slave master. That makes no sense, brother. These are
I
names that
know,
were
but
given.
I'm talking about specific. I'm not talking about the other. I'm not talking about the other European nation. I'm talking about just specifically. If a black person was mixed with Spanish and Portuguese, right? Like if you look at a lot of people from Kingston, Jamaica, right? Because there's a synagogue in Kingston, Jamaica, right? That's called Shalom Share Synagogue, right? In Kingston, Jamaica. And there's Sephardics and there's also blacks that go into that synagogue, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people from Kingston, Jamaica are Hebrews, bro. Like a lot of them have Sephardic DNA in them. Like they could be super dark and they'll still be considered Hebrew. You know what I mean? They could be light, they could be brown, they could look like me, and they could still be considered Hebrew. They still have that Sephardic in them because of what happened. The same with the people from Cape Verde. The same with the
crypto,
people from Cabo, the Mozambican. Mozambican people speak Portuguese
so
over there in
crypto,
southern Eastern Africa.
crypto Manessa. Here's where the disconnect is. You believe when you're reading about the Spanish Inquisition and the expulsion of the Jews from there, you believe that that's talking about actual Jews. We don't. That's the disconnect. Let me read you something from a book called The History of the Jews, right? Almost a bestseller. This is on page
Okay,
240.
can you tell me the author of that book?
Yeah, it's Paul Johnson.
Okay, so
So
he was an Edomite, right?
yeah, he was an Edomite. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool. So this is history, though. This is history, and it's unbiased history. As this guy is not some anti-Semite. He's just bringing some facts and history. It says that being so, the Jews were well prepared to take advantage of growth in the world economy, which marked the 16th century. You agree that the Bible says the curses will be on the Israelites, right?
You can say that, yeah. You
No,
can say
I'm
that.
not. Deuteronomy 28 and 46 says the curses will be on the Israelites forever until the Messiah redeems them. So, how is the curses on these Jews who are getting kicked out of Spain when the Bible says Jeremiah 50
Because a
and
lot of
33?
them,
Hold on, hold on,
because
hold
if
on.
you look at the
In
history,
Jeremiah
because if you
50
look at
and
the history,
33.
because you're asking me a
Listen,
question, I'm trying to answer you. But y'all let you finish. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. So,
All
for
right, go
one,
ahead.
these Jews that are getting kicked out of the Spanish Peninsula are about to take part in the global world economy, and they got kicked out. So this does two things. This poses two problems. One, the prophecy says that they wouldn't let us go. We wouldn't be getting kicked out. After we got kicked out of our land, we would be slaves, and they wouldn't just be kicking us out of where we were exiled because they would have us as slaves. It's Jeremiah 50 and 33. Judah and Israel were oppressed together, and all that held them fast refused to let them go. I want you to remember that. Refused to let them go. So I need you to answer that. And then I need you to answer. I'm going to keep reading, but I'm going to put a pin in it right here. How are we supposed to be under the curses? And these Jews who are getting kicked out of Spain are about to take part in the world economy. And that is the transatlantic slave trade and the conquest of the Americas. Go ahead.
Okay. Because you said that the Spanish and Portuguese never went through no curses, right? According to Deuteronomy 28, right?
I
About the
never.
curses,
No, I'm
right?
saying. No, I'm
So how do
saying.
you explain? How do you explain like the Jews being expelled from Spain and even being killed for teaching Torah in Spain, and some of the Jews that went into Portugal, Slovakia, were not able to teach Torah, and some of them were even killed for teaching Torah. Like Luis Carvajal, he's the one that came. He was a Portuguese governor that came to Monterrey, Mexico, where I'm at right now, and he got killed for trying to teach Torah. So it's like a lot of us did go through the curses. A lot of Spanish and Portuguese did go through the curses because they got killed for teaching Torah. You know what I
Show
mean? They
me,
got
show me in
persecuted. They
Deuteronomy
got
28.
persecuted. They got killed.
Show me in Deuteronomy 28 where one of the curses would be you would get killed for teaching Torah. I'm not people get killed. Genocide happens. That's not the curses of Deuteronomy 28 specifically. I'm saying how are the curses of Deuteronomy 28 on these Jews from Spain, on the Sephardic Jews? That's what I'm asking. Go through it and show it to me.
Like I said, you can't base everything off Deuteronomy 28 though. You gotta
But the
look, you
Bible
gotta
says,
look at
but the Bible says that this curses will be an indicator to who we are.
the curses happen at the curses happen to a lot of people. It happened to the Spanish, to the Portuguese, to the African, to the Mexicans, happened to the Salvadorians, happened to the Hondurans, happened to the Incas, happened to Puerto Ricans. The curses happen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You
Everybody you
can't.
just named, except for Portugal, were Israelites.
So you'll have to explain how natives are even Hebrew Israelites. You'll have to explain that first.
You're
So
moving the goalposts, sir. Let's stay on topic here. We're talking about the Sephardic Jews. I told you the prophecy. Jeremiah 50 and 33 said we wouldn't be getting kicked out of the places where we were exiled. So who the hell are these Sephardic Jews getting kicked out of a place where they are exiled?
like I said, a lot of Jews got kicked out of Israel and they went to go live in Spain and they were in slavery in Spain. So a lot of Portuguese men and a lot of Spanish men took Hebrew women. That was common at that time. King Nebuchadnezzar took them over there. It's
Okay.
written in history. After
Okay.
the destruction of the first temple, they were over there. So a lot of these Spanish men, right? A lot of these Portuguese men have Hebrew DNA. A lot of
So
them have Hebrew blood in them.
so you're saying to me that the Sephardic Jews who got kicked out of Spain, they came over here and they conquered America and they enslaved the Hebrew people over here.
That ain't necessarily like, how do I tell you, bro? They had to put an end to all the abominations that they were doing, bro, because they didn't even know how to speak.
Whoa,
They didn't even
whoa,
know how to,
whoa,
they didn't even
whoa,
know
whoa, whoa,
they were
whoa,
not civilized people, bro. The
whoa,
Aztecs were not civilized.
whoa, 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 whoa. You just told me, brother. I'm gonna unmute you in a second. You just told me you're not here to teach white supremacy. You are teaching white supremacy. That's what they told us, that they enslaved the blacks because we were over there in the jungle eating doo-doo in doo-doo huts in the Serengeti, uncivilized animals who needed to be trained and civilized. And now you're saying that same thing about the native people that were here when it was the Edomite, the Caucasian caveman who ran Europe to shit and had to leave Europe, and the Pope had to declare the doctrine of discovery that they could go other places to get their natural minerals and resources and then learn to be civilized. Hassan, did you hear that?
Yep.
Sir, you're talking about your own people weren't civilized, so the white man had to come and help y'all out.
Didn't we do that at Canaan though? Didn't we overthrow 7 nations in the land of Canaan? Didn't we conquer people before? Didn't we destroy 7 nations in the land of Canaan?
That's not the point. Again, you're moving the goalpost again. You just said that white people had to come and civilize native people here in the Western Hemisphere. That's what you said.
What about the dream? What about the dream that Montezuma had? What about the vision that Montezuma had about when he saw Hernan Cortez? He saw him as Quetzalcoatl. What about that?
He was cooning. Just because you're cooning doesn't mean that you need to be civilized.
I know, but I'm asking you about the dream about Montezuma. Why did he say when he saw Hernan Cortez, he saw him as Quetzalcoatl?
Do you not hear what I said? I said he was cooning. That doesn't mean they were uncivilized beasts over here, sir. That's what you're saying about your own people.
I only have probably 20% native, bro. So mostly my DNA is like Spanish and African. That's my DNA.
What's your father? What's your father?
My father is a Mexican.
What's his father?
His father is a Spaniard too.
His father's a Spaniard?
Yep.
Oh, now it makes sense. That's why you're pushing for Spanish people to be Israelites, because you are a Gentile, a heathen, and you want to be a part of the fold. Are you a product of rape?
I'm telling you, I was born in Monterrey, Mexico. I have Aztec roots as well.
I know, but your father's father. See, that's
I have all that on my DNA. When I talk to my father tells me straight up, I'm not from Spain, I'm a Mexican. He tells me straight up.
It don't matter.
He denies his Spanish roots. I'm the only one that's acknowledging my Spanish roots. A lot of Latinos, they want to hide from that shit, right? They want to hide from the Spanish roots.
Right? That's true. So the indigenous people their women were taken advantage of, and there was a lot of people who are a product of that ravishing, just like it was with us as well. Here's the difference between me and you. If I found out that I had an Edomite in my lineage, I would not try to go and change the whole Bible. That's what you're doing.
I'm just trying to tell me the names. Where are they listed? Because we know that the word Sepharad means the Iberian Peninsula, right? So why do we have Jews in slavery in Spain and Portugal?
No, we don't.
It doesn't. You can't lie like that.
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. He keeps saying that Sepharad means the Iberian Peninsula. That's not true. Let's show it on the screen.
Okay, so here's the Hebrew word for Sephard, right? Strong's H5614. Now it says Sephard, separated, a place where Israelites were exiled. Site unknown. So first it says site unknown. Then it says a region of Assyria. Nowhere does it say Spain, but watch this. When you go to
I'll pull something up. Don't worry.
Stop. When you go to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, it says of a country elsewhere unknown, whither the exiles of Israel were carried away. According to the Vulgate, Bosphorus, according to the Syriac, and the Hebrew writers, Spain. They say Spain. Okay, which is clearly incorrect.
You look at the word. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What does the word Sepharad mean in Hebrew?
You're not gonna ask a question. You're gonna address
what does the word Sepharad mean in Hebrew?
It says separated.
That's you say you know, right? You say you know, right? You're looking up the lexicon, right?
Separated.
No, it don't mean separate. It means shepherd. That's what it means.
It
Because
means
a lot of,
separated.
a
I'm
lot of
looking at it on the screen. What are
it's
we
a
talking
shepherd.
about? This
The
is
the
the word.
original word of sephirot is shepherd in the Hebrew.
This is the original word.
No, you're looking at Christian lexicons. That's not gonna work.
Okay, give us one. Give us an authoritative lexicon.
It's right here.
Wait, which one? Which one are you on? Name your lexicon. Oh, he's
I
on
looked up
Google.
right here. It says shepherd,
He's on
sephirot.
Google.
It
No,
means
he's
a
on.
pastor.
No, you're
Pastor,
on Google.
shepherd, ministered, herdman, preacher. That's what it means. Sephirot means a shepherd. We know that we had a lot of shepherds in Spain and Portugal.
Oh my god.
That's the original name of the word. That's where it
Okay,
comes from.
Crypto Manessa. Hold on, we're gonna bring you right back up. Let's get a couple other brothers on. Brother Marcus, what's going on?
Shalom, Mark. How y'all feeling?
Shalom, what's going on? Question, comment, smoke. Bring it out, brother.
I guess you consider it a little smoke.
Okay.
But first, I don't know if y'all celebrate Hanukkah or not, but all the brothers out there that celebrate Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah to y'all.
Oh, praise.
But yeah, so I emailed you a little bit, and I just had a couple more questions and smoke on the lunar Sabbath. So, my first question was the verse concerning Amos, I believe is 8:1. Y'all position on that is that that's talking on the first fruits or the Pentecost. Is that what it is? Is that y'all position on that?
No, I think that's talking about when we're harvesting. Let me take a look at it. Is it first fruits? Amos 8. Amos 8. Okay, summer fruit. Yeah, so it's when the fruit is ripe.
Just to let you know, your screen is still showing the Sakari Varsity. I don't know if you was trying to.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay. Yeah, so clearly it's summer fruit, so the fruit is ripe.
Right, but that's y'all don't hold to that's during like the Pentecost or nothing like that, right? Like that's later in the year, like towards, or is that like towards the 7th month, or is that more closer to this the
No, it's the 4th month.
that's when you place that in?
Yeah, we'll place it at the 4th month, not the 7th month. Because it says summer fruit.
All right. So I just had a couple sources on when so that would be what, March, April, May, June, around June-ish that y'all placing that verse. Cause I'm just tell you why. Cause I hold to the standard that new moon is speaking during the 7th, towards the 7th month, where they're not able to sail with the I believe that's the feast of the memorial of the blood and trumpets. I believe that's what that is. Right. And I just had a couple sources on actually like when the fruits and stuff was brought in.
So you believe that it's the ingathering?
What you mean by the ingathering?
You believe that it's because that's what the commentary is going to say. So what is your sources?
A few sources on the agriculture of the land. So like this, it's an article that references a couple books, the agriculture and the Iron Age of Israel, where they talks about, and then it's also I got a chart, like it's a chart from the harvesting and the ingathering based on modern agricultural practices in Israel. It's a chart, and it lays out all of the produce and stuff that's brought in. So like the wheat, barley, oats, peas, chickpeas, lentils, figs, grapes, pomegranates. It lays out when all that stuff comes in. And that stuff is still being harvested all the way until especially the fruits is being harvested all the way until September with the with the exception of the olives, which is still being brought in all the way until November.
So you're saying that it's possible. It says summer fruit though. You're saying that in November it's summer.
I ain't saying it's summer, but you're still bringing in the harvest from the dry season, which will be the fruits.
So we're bringing in summer fruit. You could be bringing in summer fruit in November.
The summer harvest. That's where it ripens at in the summer. That's where most of the fruits ripens, like the grapes, figs,
Ain't
pomegranates. It
nobody
all
bringing,
ripens.
ain't nobody bringing no summer fruit in November, brother.
Hey, that's what the charts and stuff say. It says, hey, they still bringing in grapes through.
What's that got to do with the lunar Sabbath, though, my brother?
No, because what he's saying is he's saying in Amos 8:5 when it says don't buy on the new moon because it's the Sabbath
feast day. That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah, he's saying that this is yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying it's the ingathering, but it can't be because it's talking about summer fruit.
So the fruit.
We're not getting summer fruit. Real quick, I'm gonna get right back to you. We're not getting summer fruit in the 7th month.
All right. So you saying that the summer, like the fruit can only be brought in through the months of June through what? August. That's the only time that the fruits can be brought in.
I mean, I'm saying definitely not in November. You said November. It's clearly saying summer fruit. This is a summertime. This is a summertime event, and you're saying that. Oh, okay, yeah, it's talking about a summertime event. But why is it going from month 4 and then verse 5 is month 7?
The only one that I said was still going into November was the olives. You know that, right? That I said with the exception of the olives. I said all of them have still been brought in up until September, with the exception of olives.
Okay, now watch this.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
So I want everybody to see this because our brothers who keep the Friday to Saturday Sabbath, and they say, we asked them, okay, can you buy on a new moon? They say, well, there's only one new moon you can't buy on, and that's the 7th month. But we teach it, and that's predicated on Leviticus 23, 24 to 25, or it's also, I think, Numbers 28 and 17. But if that's the case, if this is not talking about every new moon, just one new moon, why is the whole vision here dealing with the summer fruit? So I'm gonna ask you this question: what month is your summer according to your calendar?
What month is the summer in?
Yeah,
I think we will have the same from what, June to June, July, August.
No, what month on our calendar? Number 3, number 4, number 5.
So April, May, June. So no, March, April, May, June. 4 through what? 4 through what? 6. Okay. It's not just 1 month, but yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so it will start at 4.
Yeah.
Even if we said 4, 5, and 6, guess what, brother? It's not 7, King.
Brother, I understand. I'm just saying. I understand this. The 7th month. You saying it's not the actual summer, but that doesn't mean the produce from what was ripened in summer is not still been brought in. And I'm gonna just read this one thing real quick, if you allow me.
Go ahead.
All right. So this is from the Biomedical Journal of Scientific and Technical Research. It's speaking on the harvest and stuff that's brought in and harvested in Israel. And this is on the figs, right? It says the first earliest fig fruit crop harvested in June was consumed raw and believed to be a delicacy. So obviously we both said that June is the start of bringing in the fruit from the summer harvest, right? It says the fruit from the second harvest, which ripened between August and September, and it's just on the figs, was stored for the winter or kept as travel supplies. So as we see, the figs were still being ripened between the time of August and September, and we could still be bringing that harvest in. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the 7th month is the summer.
All right,
but you still bringing in the agriculture.
That source you read, is that predicated on Hebrew agriculture?
This is literally based on the agriculture in Israel.
The agriculture of Israel. And this is
The
the source how they do it today or from antiquity.
I'm assuming that it's based on antiquity, because it's a lot of going into the history of the plant species and stuff that I'm not really, what I'm saying, trying to read about, because obviously it's a biomedical journal, so it's giving a lot of information on it. But I was just pointing out one of the fruits. It literally is still ripening between August September, so they can be bringing in the produce, and like I said, the other sources where it showed the calendar of the agriculture in Israel is multiple different fruits. Some start all the way in June where it's being harvested, and most of them are ending in September when they're being harvested. The only exception I said was the olives, I believe.
Mhm. Okay, so Hassad, did you want to say something?
No, I wanted to wait until get to dealing with the Sabbath in particular.
Okay,
But go ahead. Because I was,
yeah,
you know, I was like, we could just move on to something that's more. You know what I'm saying? We can get into some of the there's more. I just wanted to get y'all understanding 101 with that Amos real quick.
yeah. We don't look at because I'm hoping everybody is tracking because we believe the new moon constitutes the Sabbath, and so the fact that it says you can't buy or sell on the new moon, some brothers say that's only the seventh month, but in this whole context is dealing with summer, so we don't see that being the seventh month. That's our stance. That's our position. It also says grain. Are you familiar with why it says grain here?
Yeah, there's also other things being harvested, like lesser, because what the Hebrews they had like the wheat and the barley as like the more important things, like what's the word I'm looking for? Grains, and then corn being like the more important cereal. But it's still lesser, like more important to the Hebrews, grains and stuff that's being brought in, like sesame, flax, and all this is I'm looking at the calendar and stuff on another phone. The chart, I
Yeah,
mean, while I'm talking to
yeah.
you. So
What do we celebrate in the seventh month?
the 7th month, that's I believe it's the Day of Atonement, if I'm not tripping, and the blowing of the trumpets, right?
It is the
Right? I could be
hold
I
on,
could be wrong on that. I think I can look at the verse real quick.
no.
Seventh
So
month is the Day of Atonement, and
it's the Feast of Trumpets.
trumpets. Did I say the trumpets or no?
You did say the trumpets.
Okay, and I
Is,
think I said the Day of Atonement.
seventh month is tabernacles and atonement.
Yeah, yeah. So
7th month, first day,
yeah.
shall you have a Sabbath, a holy memorial, blowing the trumpet. So yeah, it's the seventh is the trumpets and the Day of Atonement.
Okay.
But yeah, we if you want, we can move on.
But also it's the Feast of Tabernacles. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
So nowhere, if this is the seventh month, nowhere in this context does it talk about the ingathering, which it doesn't talk about the tabernacles. It doesn't talk about it. All we see is it dealing with the summer fruit. So the fact that this new moon is still hallowed to where you can't buy or sell on it proves to us that the new moon and Sabbath uh, are the same, or every Sabbath is not a new moon, but every new moon is the Sabbath.
Yeah.
So
Hold on.
I'll
I
let
didn't
you-
really understand that point real quick. Can you run that back real quick? I didn't really catch all that.
yeah, so I'll let you go ahead.
But the brother's
Did
saying,
you hear me, Deacon? I didn't really catch what you was saying.
Yeah. So my last statement was is that every Sabbath is not a new moon, but every new moon is the Sabbath.
yeah, and what's evidence to that is I want to ask you this question. Can you show me any time in the Bible where we keep the Sabbath on any day besides the 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd outside of the Day of Atonement?
Yeah, we can definitely get into that. Because I actually caught your breakdown on the Jesus death and rising. I was gonna touch on that, but I wanted to read the source on the Sabbath real quick,
Can you show me?
and then
I'm
we
saying,
can
can you
go
show
into
me a
that.
verse in the Bible where the Israelites keep the Sabbath outside of the Day of Atonement on any day besides the 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd? That is my direct question to you, beloved.
Yeah, I literally okay. So let's go into when I caught your breakdown on Jesus, right, and him dying. The Sabbath was literally right after the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Okay, I cannot wait to go into this. I've been holding this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding this for years. I've been waiting to use this. All right, let's go.
All right, so I just wanted to read this from Philo real quick. This is the Decalogue. It's in
Oh, goodness.
paragraph 20, line 96. It says, "The fourth commandment has reference to the sacred seventh day, that it may be passed in a sacred and holy manner. Now, some states keep the holy festival only once in a month, counted from the new moon, as a day sacred to God. But the nation of Jews keep every seventh day regularly, after each interval of 6 days. And there is an account of events recorded in the history of the creation of the world, comprising a sufficient relation of this cause of this ordinance. For the sacred historian says, speaking of Moses."
Brother, I'm not. I don't mean to interrupt you, but well, actually, let me take that back. I do mean to interrupt you. Can
Go
you
ahead.
please show me anywhere in the Bible where our ancestors, besides the Day of Atonement, kept the Sabbath on the first, 8th, 15th, and 22nd? That's what I'm asking you, brother. Can
Yeah, I literally
you
mentioned
please go into
I
the Bible
mentioned
and
it,
do that right
but
now?
all right. So I literally mentioned the breakdown that you gave when literally they kept
Asking
it.
you to
Uh, uh,
show me
okay,
in the Bible, brother.
okay. So after the Passover, right? Jesus was killed, and they rushing to bury his body before the Sabbath. That day that he was killed was on the 15th, which was the Feast of Unleavened Bread,
Wrong.
and the Passover. And the day was after was what? The 16th.
Wrong. Let's just go to the Bible. All right.
Let's
Beautiful.
go.
So Mark 15, and so you're saying that Jesus is not the Passover lamb?
I never said that.
Okay, so if he's a Passover lamb, how did he not die on the Passover, which is the 14th day of the first month?
The Passover is on the 14th day at even, which is the start of the 15th day.
No, it's not. It's the 14th
Yes,
day.
it
What?
is.
No, hold on, Ariella. Don't even worry about it. Watch this. Watch how bad he is busted. Okay, so the Passover is the Sabbath then.
You said the Passover is the Sabbath.
So that's what you're saying. Is the Passover the Sabbath?
That I don't put words in my mouth, brother. I did not say that.
Is it the Sabbath? Yes or no?
The answer is no. The Sabbath was what? The day after.
Okay, and you're saying that Christ died on the 15th then.
The day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover, yes.
Okay, watch this. So we're going to go to Mark 15, but before we're going to go to Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23, and let's start at verse. Where do I want to start? Let's start it with, okay, watch this. And on the 15th day, verse 6 of the same month, you're saying that this is when Jesus died on the 15th day, which is incorrect, but we'll keep going. Of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. And the first day, this is the 15th day, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My
Okay.
bad.
In the
I was
first day, you
driving
shall have a holy convocation, and you shall do no servile work therein. It's saying right here, the 15th day is the Sabbath. The 15 days of Sabbath. And then when you go to Mark 15, how, if it's the Sabbath, would Joseph of Arimathea do this? Mark 15, and we'll start at verse 42.
Is there a way I can make the screen bigger? I can't really see your screen.
All right, let me zoom in. And now when the even was come, this is the 14th day at even. It's about to be the 15th day. But you believe it's the 15th day. Okay. Because it was the preparation, that is the day before the Sabbath, Joseph of Arimathea, an honorable counselor, which also waited for the kingdom of God, came and went in boldly unto Pilate and craved for the body of Jesus. Okay, so he wants Christ's body. And Pilate marveled if he were already dead, and calling him unto him the centurion, he asked him whether he had been any while dead. Let me get to the point. Verse 46. And he, Joseph of Arimathea, bought fine linen. Are you allowed to buy on the Sabbath?
I didn't say that day was the Sabbath, but no.
But it is. We just read it in Leviticus 23.
No, keep going.
No. We just did, though. We just did. It says, in the 15th day of the same month is that you shall have a holy convocation. It's a 7-day long feast. And the first day It's a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. Sabbath. Then the next week, 7 days later, Sabbath. What are you talking about, brother?
All right, is you done? Because I want to read something.
Well, is you gonna address this, brother?
Yeah, I'm addressing literally. That's what I'm addressing on the point. You said the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread isn't on the same day, right? So I'm gonna address that. And literally, it's the preparation day for what? The next day.
No, it's the preparation day before this for the Sabbath.
The weekly Sabbath, right?
The Sabbath, yes, because the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the Sabbath.
So let me read this. So the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the Sabbath. That's the day you claiming. That's
the first
the next
day
of
the
15th day, right? You claim the next day.
The first day of the
15th.
Feast of Unleavened Bread is the Sabbath. Yep.
I'm trying to get it real clear.
Wait, brother Marcus.
The
Brother
15th
Marcus.
day,
Brother Marcus.
is going to be the next day, and that's the Sabbath.
Brother Marcus.
Yeah.
You don't agree that the first day of the unleavened bread has to be on a Sabbath?
I don't understand that question. What you mean it had to be on the Sabbath?
The first day of unleavened bread. It's 7 days, right?
Correct.
It had the first day has to be on the Sabbath.
It does not have to be on weekly Sabbath.
Okay, so you mentioned Philo. Let me show you guys something right here. I know I'm looking all messed up. I'm kind of sick, but guess what?
I was going to read.
Okay, I'm gonna give it right, but this is to his point, and you just said it too. So the book you quoted, I have right here. I want to see if you stand by this. This is in Philo on page 532. It says, "But to the 7th day of the week, this is the Sabbath, he has assigned the greatest festivals, those of the longest durations." Which two of our feast days are the longest? Our feast are the longest?
I believe it's the Feast of
Tabernacles,
Unleavened Bread and
Tabernacles and unleavened bread. He said, Philo, the same source you quoted, is saying, but to the 7th day of the week, he assigned the greatest festivals. Those are the longest durations. So according to the source you quoted, these two feasts that are our longest have to start on the Sabbath day.
All right, that's your conclusion of it. But we also finna read what Philo said.
No, what does that mean, brother?
No.
What does that mean?
Can you hold on? Let me. I don't think you could. I need you to. We need you to deal with that, sir. Please. We don't want you to just ignore that. If on your calendar, the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Feast of Tabernacles does not start on the Sabbath, you were historically incorrect and biblically incorrect. Please address that. Or is he wrong?
Like I said, I don't take that as the way you put it. That's all I'm saying.
Explain it. What's the way you put it?
I put it as the Sabbath, my bad. The Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover is on the same day.
No, I want you to explain what Philo is saying, brother. Why are you like, man, this is getting weird? We just read where Philo, the source you just quoted, said that on the 7th day that our longest feast days took place. That's what it said.
Right. So,
and you agree that our longest feast days is Tabernacles and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right?
I wish I had a calendar I could pull up. So what Philo is referring
yes
to?
Yes or no? Like, it's getting weird.
You asked me to explain it, so I'm finna try to explain it to you, right? So what Philo is referring to.
Do you remember what you're explaining? I'm gonna let you know, I promise. Do you remember what you're explaining?
Yeah, you talking about it being on the 7th day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I got you. So what Philo is referring to is the 7th day of the second week of the month. That's what he's referring to. The first.
That's still the Sabbath, sir.
Well, no, it's not. But
the 7th day is not the Sabbath.
The 7th day of every. Let me rephrase
is what?
Hey, we love you, brother.
He's talking about the end.
You're doing your best. What's the nigga from last night?
Hey, listen, come home, brother.
Yeah. What's the brother from New Orleans?
I'm mixing up my words because y'all.
Marcus, real quick, brother.
I'm trying to literally read
from New Orleans that fought Devin Haney last night. What's his name? Progress.
Regis.
What's his nickname again?
Rougarou.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey,
When you gotta pick up the Rugeroo.
You gotta pick up the Woogaroo, nigga.
It's all good, man. Yeah, this
was y'all.
We got a few more people on here. So how about
Come
this?
on, don't do that. I've been trying to read for a minute, and I kept letting y'all come.
You haven't answered any questions though, brother. He asked you.
That's why I literally said, if
no,
you can bring up a
hold on,
calendar,
wait. He asked you to go into the Bible and to demonstrate something, right?
And that's
You
what I was
decided
trying
to
to
read
demonstrate
something
before
other than the
Deacon
Bible,
start
sir.
interrupting. That's what I started trying to
No,
demonstrate.
you read Philo
because you're not
and
answering the
you read
question.
Philo. Okay, so how about this? Hassad, do you feel like he answered your question?
Absolutely not.
Because y'all not even letting me actually state my premise. So,
Sir, he asked you to show him something in the Bible.
And I'm trying.
Philo. Is Philo the Bible?
So let me ask. Let me ask
Philo the Bible.
Question. Let me ask the side of question.
No, you're supposed to be answering a question, sir.
Yeah, can we get? How about this? How about this? Brother Marcus. How about this? I'll let you establish your premise, but that's really disingenuous if the brother asks you a question and you just say, "Hold on, let me just teach a whole classroom."
I'm not trying to teach. I'm just trying to establish a point so that I can go back to the Bible real quick.
Then what's the point of you trying to establish this point?
Okay,
teach something, right?
Hold on. This is what I'm trying to establish. The Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover. The Passover is on the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They're literally preparing for the Sabbath.
No, it's not. We just read
let him. I want Marcus. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna prove in the Bible that the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread are on the same day. That's what you have to do right now.
I can do that. Go to Exodus. I believe it's Exodus 12. Does it not say that the Feast of Unleavened Bread is on the 14th day of the even? At even, my bad. At even, does it not say that in Exodus 12?
Yeah, this is the first time we keep it when we're leaving Egypt because we're commanded by God to leave.
So they're doing it.
But we see afterwards
on the
when it's
14th
mandated.
Day.
Hold on.
At even the same time at the Passover.
I'm answering it. This is when we're leaving Egypt. We're in a rush to get the hell out of there.
That has nothing to do with it.
No, it does. It does. I'm gonna explain how. That's why when the actual mandate is given in Leviticus chapter 23 for how and which days we're supposed to celebrate the feast days, it gives a separation. On the 14th day at even is the Passover, and on the 15th day is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They're not the same day.
Sir, the 14th day at even is the start of the 15th day.
That does not begin to make sense.
It doesn't make
brother.
I have a
the
question.
14th starts on the 15th?
What? Say that one more time.
The 15th starts on the 14th, is what you're telling me.
I never said it started on the 4th. Okay.
Repeat what you just said.
I'm gonna put it in simple terms. The 14th
no, repeat what you just said, Marcus.
The 14th day at even. That's a specific time. That's the 14th day.
Okay, when does the day begin? When does the day begin? When does the day begin?
At sunset, even.
At even. Okay, so how is the 15th day the 14th day at even? When a day starts at even?
The 14th day at even. So the 14th day at sunset is not the start of the next day?
No, watch it, Ariella. So Marcus.
No, yes or no? Yes or no?
Marcus, so the 14th day at even, what day is that?
That's the start of the 15th day. The 14th
oh my God.
Wait, Marcus.
Let's get another scripture. Marcus,
hold on, wait, Marcus. Why? So why is
another scripture?
Hold on, yo, brother. So why is it calling
it? Every time I'm trying to establish something.
So why is it calling it the 14th day? So what I want everybody to understand,
it's a specific time.
What I want. See, we could kick you off, brother, but we're not trying to do that. But you can stop interrupting me. So you're telling everybody right now, 500 some people, the 14th day at even. The 14th day is not the 14th day. That's what you're saying, right?
I never said that.
Okay, so what day is the 14th day at even?
The 14th day at even. The 14th day at sunset is the start of the next day.
So the 14th day at even is not the 14th day at even.
No, you just said that. You trying to be funny. But let's actually read. Let's go.
Because what you said is ridiculous.
When you go to Leviticus 23, right? Why is the day of when you go to Leviticus 23, right? The Day of Atonement. It says is what? On the 10th day at even. Why later down in the same paragraph, when speaking on the Day of Atonement, it says from the 9th day at even unto even.
Because it's talking about the Sabbath that you keep that day, not the Day of Atonement. You don't, hold on, Marcus. You do not know what you're talking about, right?
I don't.
So,
okay.
I'll demonstrate. What is the word for Sabbath?
We've been over this. It's two words. It's Shabbat and Shabbatwan.
Okay. What is the Shabbatwan?
Shabbatwan is like A holiday.
It's a special Sabbath, right?
A holiday, but keep going.
Oh, okay. It's a holiday. So Day of Atonement is a holiday, right?
It is.
Is it a Shabbat or a Shabbat one?
It's a Shabbat.
It's a Shabbat.
Yeah, go pull up the Hebrew and
Okay,
see
okay,
what word
cool.
is translated.
I'm going to cut you, Deacon. Can you pull up the I'm on my phone. Can you pull up the screen?
And pull up which word is being translated.
I know this nigga. I actually study and teach Hebrew.
Okay, you ain't gotta do all
okay,
that.
So let's read Leviticus 23.
Let's pull up the blue letter.
Your screen ain't shared. Your screen ain't shared yet. Brother
my screen can't. I'm on my phone.
He said he on his phone. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to pull it up?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I have a question while you're reading this. What does
you can't ask me a question in the midst of reading, sir? You can hold
your start reading. I'm trying to
relax.
Let's not. Hold on. Marcus, as soon as he's done proving his point, we're gonna give you 2 minutes without interrupting. Let's make it fair. I got to step away, so when I step away, I don't want to hear this shit going back and forth. Let's make it a good conversation. What am I pulling up?
Pull up Leviticus 23 and 27.
Do I need to go into the Hebrew?
Yes. Can Hassad do it?
Yeah, Hassad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Leviticus 23 and
somebody said Sakari just bleeds narcissism. We love you, brother.
It's probably nigga just trolling or too scared to get on.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna read.
All right. So look. Let's give Ariala his point.
Yeah. Can you
zoom in a little bit? I want this brother to be able to establish his point, so we can get the next few brothers on. Go ahead.
Okay. So
Leviticus Hassad, zoom in a little bit.
Okay. So you want verse 27 or 28?
Not 20. I'm gonna tell you when to pull up the Hebrew, Hassad. Right. So I'm gonna just read it. Right. It says, also on the 10th day, not the 9th day at even, the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. Right? Now, real quick, Brother Marcus, what's the first day of the 7th month? Marcus, can you hear me?
I can't. I don't want any interruptions and stuff when I talk, so I'm just letting you go right now.
We're not going to interrupt you. I'm asking you a question, so I'm giving
you. Let you establish your point, so I'm letting you go.
I am establishing my point, but I'm asking you a question. This is going to establish my point again. What is the first day of the 7th month?
That would be what, the new moon. Go ahead.
The new moon. When does the moon appear?
What do you mean?
When does the moon?
You talking about at even or whatever, right?
The moon starts. It comes in at even, right?
That's what I asked. You talking about at even, right? But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the day of the new moon, the first day of the month, starts with a new moon. The moon comes out at even, right? Okay. Now, Leviticus 23 and 27. On the 10th day is the Day of Atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you. Ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Right. I'm gonna jump down to verse Salakia. I'm gonna jump down to verse 29. It says, whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in the same day. What day? The 10th day. The same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and in your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. That's verse 32. So pull up the Hebrew, Hassad, for verse 32. Right? What's the word for Sabbath? You said it's Sabbath, right?
It's Shabbat.
It's Shabbat one.
Go over a little bit. What's the word translated as Sabbath?
Go to the top side. Look at the actual text. Go to the magic. No, not that. Go back. Go up. Right there. It says Shabbat one. What is the Shabbat one?
That's the word translated as for its mean of rest.
Okay, so it's a Shabbat one, right?
It's a Shabbat.
It's a Shabbat one. We can clearly see the word Shabbat one. It says Shabbat one. Shabbat means you're celebrating it.
Hold on. I clearly see the word Shabbat one in there. The question is, what word is being translated as Sabbath? Is it Shabbat or Shabbathwan. The phrase Shabbathwan appears during the weekly Sabbath. All the time when Shabbathwan and Shabbath is in the same sentence, Shabbathwan is translated as the rest. The Shabbath word, actually Shabbath, is translated to Sabbath. But I'm not trying to keep interrupting your point. You can go.
Okay, so again, Shabbat one. It's a Shabbat one, right? Meaning it's a special Sabbath. If we look up the word Shabbat one, it will let you tell you a special Sabbath, right? So a Shabbat one, right? Then it goes on to say, of rest, ye shall afflict your souls. And then it says, in the 9th day of the month at even, from even to even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. That last word in the right before the pod, go back, Hassad. That last word, go up.
Okay, bye. I see what you're saying. Okay, my bad.
That last word right before the pod is Shabbat Kam. What does Shabbat Kam mean?
I believe it means Sabbath to you.
Your Sabbath. The Kam makes it belonging to or possessive, right? So click on that word. Click on that word, Hassad. Click on that word.
Excuse me, was I wrong?
Look at that word, and you see right there, it says it has Shabbat, and then it has Kam. If you scroll down, Hassad, real quick,
Let me go to the actual entry.
No, not there. Where it clicks, where it says SP, SP. Hit that SP thing. Then it has Kam. This is the pronominal second person, masculine. Kam, your. It's your Sabbath. He's telling us to celebrate our normal Sabbath on the 9th day, not in reference to the Day of Atonement, which he just told us to celebrate on the 10th day, not on the 9th day. The 9th day and the 10th day are not the same. Points made. So go ahead and take your 2 minutes, and you'll go uninterrupted.
All right. Can you pull that back up, Hassad, before I start, please?
Deacon's away. So yeah, here you go.
Can you zoom in a little bit on that? All right. So I asked him for one, what word was translated as Sabbath? Can you pull up can you click it? Can you actually go to which word is being translated? No, stop highlighting it. Let's actually see what word is translated as Sabbath.
That's the word. There's the word.
Go down to actually the translation.
But
he's asked you to show the forward, the reverse interlinear.
No, go do the forward, please, because the reverse, it adds words and stuff that's it repeats and add words. It's not actually in the text. Can you go to
this is the Masoretic text, so this is where the actual manuscript comes from. And here it is.
Forward.
One is right here.
He wants you to hit forward instead of reverse. Hassad. That's what he's asking.
Yeah, because it's taking the English and putting it back into Hebrew instead of just having the Hebrew. What did you do? Hold on. What did you do?
Forward.
You just said there was
just regular forward. Regular forward.
Okay, all right.
Can you scroll down? Okay. What? Go up a little. Oh, that's my screen. Never mind. You right. You good. So what word is translated as Sabbath? As we all see, is Shabbath. What word is translated of rest is Shabbathwan. This phrase is used in the Bible. The word Shabbathwan is used in the Bible, I believe, 11 times. 8 times it's translated as of rest. And it's used even during when it's talking about the weekly Sabbath. So we all just seen him translate Shabbathwan to Sabbath when it's not even translated as Sabbath. So let's go back to the verse, right? Can you go to the actual verse? Where it says, in the 9th day, right? So you agree that the upper verse is talking about the Day of Atonement, right?
So you said what now?
You agree that the first half of the verse before it gets to the colon that is talking about the Day of Atonement, right?
Yes, talking about the Day of Atonement, day 10, the 10th day.
All right. So what does a colon mean?
Colons do not exist in the Hebrew, so I don't care anything about trying to make. I don't care about whatever point you're trying to make about a colon in English.
Can you just answer a question?
I answered the question, sir.
The question was, what does a colon mean? Hassad, can you tell me what the colon means?
Again, I don't care what a colon means because colons have nothing to do with the Hebrew language. We're talking about the Hebrew. Don't talk to me about colons when we're talking about Hebrew.
Okay, you refuse to answer the question, right? It
says I answered the question. I didn't answer the question the way that you wanted me to answer the question.
A guide to using colons. Colons introduce clauses or phrases that serve to describe, amplify, or restate what precedes them. It's literally restating what's before it. We see it multiple times throughout the Bible. when they're even naming the 12 tribes. Let's use Judah for example. It says she praised the Lord, so therefore she called his name Judah. What does Judah mean? It means praise the Lord. Who? The Lord God Yahweh, right? So it's very clear that this verse right here, when it's talking about in the 9th day, it's still talking about the Sabbath, which was the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement in that verse is the word Shabbat. The only time the word Shabbat is translated to Sabbath is when the word Shabbat is not in the verse.
Okay, so why is Shabbat not used for the day 9?
Hold on, I just literally said it's still speaking about the same day.
That does not work, sir. And let me explain.
No,
right?
I really wasn't done. I just wanted to show this last thing, then I give it back to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you go to the actual word? Can you click the tools?
Which one?
Just the word that got of rest in it. I just need the word Shabbat one real quick. Yeah, can you actually click on it?
Yeah, twist it.
Can you go to? You scrolled a little too fast. Can you go to where there it is? Can you click on the actual times it's translated, like where it says rest and Sabbath? Can you click on it? Yeah. So let's actually look and see all the times that the word Shabbat and Shabbat is in the same sentence. The word Shabbat is never translated as Sabbath. Right there, you see when it's speaking on this actual Sabbath, the word Shabbat and Shabbat is in the same sentence, literally right behind each other. And what do we see? Shabbat is rest. You can keep scrolling down.
For the record, everybody, I still have yet to get my question answered about.
We didn't went to a whole. Every time I try to answer
I just wanted to let.
Yeah. So here's what we got to do.
I wasn't done. I just wanted to finish this last thing, and like I said, I give it back over.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So you slow down. So even right here, right when we see it's talking about the Day of Atonement, what word is translated as Shabbat? Rest. It's not Sabbath. So you can go ahead and.
All right, brother. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. Shalom, King.
For the record, that wasn't he missed the point. For the record, he missed the point. Because when you look at the word Shabbat, it literally tells you in the definition that it literally says Sabbatism or special holiday.
All right, big time.
Question: the Day of Atonement.
Big time. What's going on, man?
What's up? Y'all hear me? Am I good?
We hear you. Were you a Catholic minister or what?
Boy, stop with that goofy stuff.
What's
Hey,
going on, brother?
Yeah. So I just got a quick. I got smoked for Hassad. So Hassad used to be part of the UPK, right?
Yes, sir.
So UPK say that the Eskimos, that's the heathen. But hold on now. Let me finish my statement. I'll get right back to you.
I promise you I'll let you go. For the record, much love to the brothers at ISBK. I don't agree with everything they teach, but I'm not here to answer any question that would continue any kind of strife or division in regards to them brothers. So go ahead.
Oh, this ain't no division. I mean, they believe what they believe. You believe what y'all believe, right? So the Eskimo, that's our people, right? That's the tribe of Gad.
Yeah.
They say it's not though.
Let's take that up with them. Why are you asking me?
Because you used to be a part of that group then. So you believe that? No, while you was there, did you believe that the Eskimos was the tribe of Gad? Yes or no?
No, I didn't know anything about an Eskimo when I was in ISBK, honestly.
Okay.
Hey, what do you believe, brother?
Let me hold on. Nah, I'm Negro. I'm Negro only.
You're Negro only.
I got another question for brother.
You look half white though.
That's all right. No, he can ask me a question.
I'm a full-blood Negro.
Nah, nigga, you're not full blood.
No. I'm a Negro. Okay.
Are you a man?
Both my parents are Negroes.
Okay.
How'd you get that white blood in you?
Like y'all's leader and shit.
How'd you get that white blood in you?
I want to ask because I got questions to ask him too, Diggin. I want to.
You tell me.
Let him go.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Calm down. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying I want you. You said you had
okay. Yeah. My next thing was with the pants, because I need to be making sure my wife on point with that. So y'all say that the women, they can't wear them pants, right?
No, we don't teach that.
No, what? Y'all don't teach that?
Nope.
So women can wear pants as long as they don't. So my wife wearing some little cutoff joints with the knees out and the hearts on them and shit. That's good.
Again, I
some
see
some jeans. I'm asking, brother.
Yes or
no?
You're the
yes
or
no,
Lord
brother. Can my wife wear that?
Is Deuteronomy 22:5 in reference to a woman wearing pants? No, it's not. Now, you as the head of your wife, it's up to you and your discretion to let her know what she can.
No, brother. I'm coming to y'all. Y'all the prophets, bro. So I'm asking
who are you? Who are you?
No. Are
you the prophet?
Come on, don't play that, bro.
No, if we're the prophets,
you don't play that. You about to get stuck.
If we're the prophets, then you need to listen to us. If we are the prophets,
that's why I'm asking the question. That's why I'm asking the question. Can my wife wear them pants, them jeans, with the little cuts off in the knees, with the hearts and the little butterflies on them? Some jeans, yes or no?
You answer
That's
that.
What I need to know.
You're her head. You answer that. You're her head. You're her leader.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, you're her leader.
You can't let me know that.
You
if
do
that's
it.
a yes or a no.
Well, no. How about this? How about let's talk about how you're Negro only. So what is a mamzer according to you?
A mamzer.
Yeah.
A mamzer. That's just it. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Chill. I'm like, for example, I wouldn't say Hazard's a mamzer. I wouldn't say that.
I didn't ask you what it's not.
No. I'm just saying. I don't believe that. Like the mixed folks. Like I believe in the father side and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're Negro only. What does the word Negro mean?
Black.
Okay, so you're black only. So are you black?
No.
Have a good
My
night,
skin
brother.
is no. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Don't cut me off. Don't play them games like that.
Okay,
you know what? You know what? When we say Negro, what that means?
You just told us I'm in black.
You know.
So you're black only.
I mean, in today's jargon, you know that means black.
All right. What is
just
today's
like
jargon?
Niger, like Niger, nigger? That means black, right? Same thing.
What are you?
Like I told you, I'm a Negro. I'm what Joe Biden would say, a Negro.
Okay, so when you say you're Negro only, who are your people around the world today?
Negroes.
Negro. So
black folks.
people.
Negroes. Yes.
So black people.
Yes.
What
not
is
the
a black?
Latinos? Not the Latinos. They're not Negroes.
What is a black person? What is a black person?
A descendant of Jacob.
To all black people,
no, they don't all. No. Some of them come from Ham. We understand that. Let's not play no games.
Nah, you're.
No. Let's not play no games.
You're in a pickle right now.
Y'all know good. Really? So them Eskimos, they are people.
Well,
right?
Hold on, let's go back. Wait. You're not getting out of that. No. Wait a minute. So you're
that's
black.
my original question, though.
You've asked 3, and we answered all of them for the record. Now you said you're Negro only. Negro means black. So when we asked you, okay, so who are the Negroes around the world? You said black people, the ones that descend from Jacob.
That's right.
So then I asked you, do all black people descend from Jacob? And you said no. So you're Negro only, or like what is it?
Negro only, descending to Jacob.
Okay, but how if a Negro when the Hamites can be Negro?
No, the Hamite is not a Negro. That's not a Negro.
You know what we should do, Deacon?
That's a black person, bro. Come on. That's a black skinned person, but that's not a Negro.
See if he can say, okay,
that's not a Negro though. They're not under no curses.
Okay,
they're not under all the curses.
I'm glad you said that.
They're not under all the curses.
I'm glad you said that. So
an
Israelite is somebody who's under the curses.
Absolutely.
Who went on slave ships first? Black people or indigenous people from the Americas?
How many indigenous people went on slave ships, Deacon?
That's not what I asked.
No. Okay, so in other words, let me ask you this question then.
You're asking.
Okay, okay. So let me
answer mine first.
I'm going to answer your question. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Who went on slave ships?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Okay, right. That's my answer. I don't know. So I'm not
well,
going to say something stupid. Okay.
I do know. Have you heard of something called 1492?
A what?
1492. I'm not 1738.
I heard of 1492. Yeah,
okay.
1492.
So what happened in 1492?
Columbus and all that discovered America and all that. Quote unquote.
What did they do to the people that were here?
Enslaved them, did all the horrible things, unthinkable.
Where'd they take them to?
Where? Nowhere. Okay, no problem. Right. Understood. Hold on, brother. Did they take a nation? Hold on. Because you said that where did they take them? So my question to you then is, can you show me Mexicans the indigenous Mexicans and all these other nations that's going to be scattered to the four winds. Can you show me Mexicans in Indonesia? Can you show me Mexicans in Australia? Can you show me Mexican? Brother, stop playing.
All you
Stop
gotta
playing
do,
games, bro. You
words.
cannot show me these Latinos in every nation.
Hey,
small timer.
Small timer. Listen, small timer 2020.
Do that.
Look up the Latino diaspora. Look up the Latino diaspora, and you'll see the Northern Kingdom scattered into all these nations, brother. It's easy.
Right. Okay. So they sitting over in Africa, right? Where they at in Africa? Just give me like a general location, because you said you seen it.
There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people in Angola who are descendants of
Deacon. I'm
talking now. Big timer.
Deacon.
I'm talking.
Big timer. We gonna listen. It's a panel. He can't make a point. Let the brother make a point.
Thank you very much, Deacon. So there are people in Angola who are.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear Ariella?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
God damn it.
Okay, so the brother is a part of the panel, so he's gonna make a point.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the point that I was trying to make is simple. There are Cubans, right, who went into Angola to fight in a war, right, under Fidel Castro, and those people had a bunch of children with the people that live in Kenya, and so they're in Africa. Latinos are in Africa, dwelling there today, right? If my brother Raquam is in the chat right now, he can verify this. He's an actual Cuban, right? Who actually put me onto this information. Very well known.
Hey, brother, what part of the state
hold on. I gotta ask him.
Go ahead.
So what you said they went to Angola and they fought. So there's a group of Cubans in Angola right now. At least maybe 100. I mean, come on. How many, brother?
I don't have the exact numbers, but a bunch.
You don't have the exact numbers. Okay, brother.
Sir.
That's very slippery, sir.
No,
okay.
It's not very slippery. A group of Cuban soldiers, men.
How many soldiers, bro? How many soldiers? Because you said somebody gave you the information.
That's irrelevant. You asked, hold on. You didn't ask me how many. You asked me, can you demonstrate Latinos being in Africa and things of that nature? I'm giving you an example of Latinos in Africa. Simple.
Okay, all right. Okay. So if it's just 5 there, then that's quantifiable. That's what you're saying?
That's fine. Yep.
Okay, no problem.
Yep,
okay, go ahead, Deacon. You said you had something else.
So who are you? Where are the Northern Kingdom at? Where are you? Southern Kingdom?
Yeah.
How do you know?
According to y'all, I'm Southern Kingdom, bro.
Oh, so he uses our chart.
According to y'all, I would be Southern
Kingdom.
Our
chart.
Look, man, all I can tell you is according to the map, okay, the Negro land map and the Kingdom of Judah, that's where my people come from, bro, on slave ships, okay? That's all I can tell you.
Brother,
that's all I can tell you, brother. When we gonna lose our heritage? We was gonna lose our heritage and all that, right? So,
what tribe you come from?
Bro, I just told you.
Are you Igbo? You're Yoruba? Which one?
My people are descendants of slaves in America.
Okay,
that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
I don't get into all that. But go ahead.
So which tribes from West Africa got caught up in the transatlantic slave trade? Do you know?
Good question. That's a good question.
Okay, that's a great question. I believe Artsareth is West Africa.
I didn't ask you that.
No. So
I did not ask you anything about Artsareth. I asked you a simple question about what tribes were caught up in the transatlantic slave trade.
Negro, all 12.
Sir,
hold on.
Tiny timer.
Okay, all right. Now we're gonna do that.
I asked you a very specific question.
Come on, bro.
Which tribes from West Africa got caught up in the transatlantic slave trade? Which tribes?
Bro, I just told you 12 tribes.
No, he's talking about like Igbo, Yoruba, Ashanti.
The name of the tribes.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have said the names of the tribes then. Thought you was talking about the Israelites.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
A lot of them. I don't know.
What do you know?
The Igbo.
Yeah.
The Igbos.
Okay, the Igbo. Were all the Igbo taken on slave ships?
Not all of them, no.
Okay, then.
Still there.
So your point is moot.
Still there.
Okay, so brother, how often do you watch this channel?
I vibe with your show. No, I believe in a lot of One West stuff. Just like I just have some discrepancies on the chart and a couple other things. But other than that, though, I rock with y'all.
Okay, so my last question is this: where is the Northern Kingdom at today?
They're right here. They're over here with us. They're Negroes, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe like the so for example, like in Cuba, like the Cubans oppressed the shit out the Negroes that was there. Okay, and there's a whole bunch of documentaries you can watch on that. Like them Latinos hate us more than the damn white man.
Do Negroes oppress Negroes, nigga? The Negro?
You're oppressing me right
Come
now.
on, Hassad. Like
you're oppressing me.
The Haitians oppress the
let's not play no games. Do the Dominicans do the Dominicans oppress the Haitians?
Did the Haitians oppress them first?
Exactly.
Yes.
But Black Americans oppress Haitians. Black
them.
Americans oppress Jamaicans. Black Americans oppress each other. Haitian Americans oppress, like, we all oppress one another.
So,
to each other.
Okay, right. Okay, so now the Negroes are the oppressor, right? That's what you're saying, Hassan?
We're not the oppressor,
hold on,
but we
brother.
oppress one another.
Oh, okay. So surely oppression maketh the wise man man, and the gift is sure at the heart. So if a Negro oppressing another Negro, and he give him a gift, that's the same thing. That's what that scripture's talking about. Then
what are you talking about?
No. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let's think about what you're saying, though. Think about what you're saying.
Do you smoke weed?
No, I don't smoke no weed.
Hey, bro, that's a nice house too. What do you do for work?
I got a government contracting firm.
Oh,
nice.
But he's a bougie Negro.
Yeah, he's an uppity Negro too.
Well-to-do Negro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who you hired? You hired all the Mexicans, huh?
Nah, I don't. I say government contract, professional services.
Okay. So here's the question. Here's the question, though, right?
Yeah.
So you said that the Northern Kingdom is here with us. That means they were in West Africa with us?
No, for example, you could be Northern Kingdom, Deacon. You and all that chart stuff could be whatever.
No, that's not my question. My question.
No, but that's what I'm telling you. It's all of it. It's over. We're all.
Well, there's a slim chance. There is a slim chance. There is a slim chance that I could, but that's a very slim chance because history.
But there's a chance though. So your chart could be wrong then.
No, it's not.
So your chart could be wrong.
No, listen to what I'm saying. There were a couple of tribes from the Northern Kingdom that did dwell with the Southern Kingdom. That's the only chance. But like I said, that's a rare chance.
Okay, all right.
The Northern Kingdom was already exiled in the 7th century. They wasn't in Jerusalem with us during the time of the Messiah, and they weren't kicked out with us in 70 AD, and they weren't with us when we migrated to Africa. There was maybe like a couple of tribes, twos and fews from those tribes. So for you to say that the Northern Kingdom is here in Americas, you are correct, but you just don't know who they are or how they got here. And
let me ask you this:
are the indigenous peoples of the Americas?
Okay, so hold on, real quick. Just got a question. So the Northern Kingdom, when they got taken by the Assyrian captivity and so on and so forth, which from what I understand from y'all's doctrine, the Assyrians took them and then they went over, crossed the waters and this and that, went through maybe the Persian Gulf, somewhere in Yemen, took boats and ended up in wherever they did in the Americas, right? And then from there they dispersed, went into goddamn Alaska, all the way down to the tip of dang Argentina. Okay, whatever. Okay, fine. So in Europe, right? When these folks went to like Spain, Portugal, and all that, and then were shipped to the west coast of Africa, who is that then? That's the tribe of Judah?
You're saying what?
Okay, so these people, the Israelites who were in Spain, got kicked out of there because they went about Christianity, went to Portugal, and then further got shipped to the west coast of Africa. Which kingdom is that? Northern or southern, brother? Help me out.
Israelites that got shipped from Spain to West Africa.
He's talking about the Spanish Inquisition and how they didn't send them to West Coast of Africa. They sent them to San Tome, which is off the West Coast of Africa. It's an island.
Okay, but my question is that Southern or Northern Kingdom?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Oh, now it don't matter, bro. Okay.
Do I know? Do you know everything? Big timer.
No, I don't.
So I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say emphatically.
Hey, absolutely. Great answer, sir.
No, listen, but let me finish
Great
what I'm
answer.
saying. Sir,
Great
listen,
answer,
wait, sir, be quiet. Again, I don't know everything. I don't know which tribe there are. I don't know which particular whether they're Northern or Southern Kingdom, right? More than likely, I would say Southern Kingdom because it was the Inquisition of the
What was the question? who were the people getting kicked out of Spain?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a lot of majority was the false Jew, the Sephardic Jew. Were our people there? Yes. But
Hold
majority of
on.
them.
So
I just brought that out. Listen, I got a source on that if you'd like me to get it.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No. You don't need to get your source.
I can read it.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you. So the Sephardic Jews that was in Spain, these was Spaniards, or these was Negroes?
These were non-Israelites. Let me read a source for you, brother. Hold on.
Oh, Deacon.
Sir, I'm gonna read a source.
Hold on, brother.
For you?
So you telling me the Sephardic Jews that was in Spain, these are just non-Israelites? They was keeping the law though?
Let me read a source for you. Oh, they was keeping the law though? Don't these Orthodox Jews profess to keep the law? Let me read a source for you.
Man, stop with that.
No, listen to you. I want you to read this. I want you to go get this book right here. This might help a lot of you guys out. A History of the Jews, right?
Yep. Go ahead.
Now look what it says on page 249. I just took somebody's head off earlier with this. You should have been here to see it. So it says, that being so, the Jews that were well prepared to take advantage of growth in the world economy, we're supposed to be under the curses at this point. These Jews that are getting kicked out, it says, which marks the 16th century. What was the world economy of the 16th century? The transatlantic slave trade. Watch what it says. It says, indeed, in view their exclusion from the Spanish peninsula and their treatment in Reformation and counter-Reformation Europe, they had no alternative but to push the diaspora further and seek new outlets for their business skills. These were rich, converted Jewish people in Spain who were getting kicked out, who would say, let's take a part of the world economy, which has taken your ancestors in slavery. Those weren't Israelites. Watch this. It says, to the west, Columbus's voyage was not the only ones which had Jewish and Moreno background in finance and technology. Expelled Jews went to the Americas as the earliest traders. They set up factories. For instance, some of them became the first large-scale plantation owners. Hey, get in Sakari Varsity Online Academy.
No, brother. Hold on.
In Hebrew apologetics. That'll get the wheels turning.
Hold on, brother.
I got one question for him, Deacon.
Hold on, man. Let me respond to what my man just said. Okay, so I just want to know. So according to Sakari, the Sephardic Jews in Spain during like the 13 through the 1700s, these were just some Spaniards that adopted the ways of the Israelites, I guess, in passing. I mean, where did they get these ways from, bro? Very
easy.
Yeah, go ahead.
People who were stealing our identity since the time of Onkelos, the great convert, and that is first century. During the time of Herodians, the Edomites, which is first century. And so there's many sources on this. Were we there? Yes, we were there. Were we by and large the Sephardim? No.
Okay, so Sephardic Jews
are not Israelites. No problem. Chat. Arthur, you can come on here and get smacked up as well. Arthur talking about the Moors like he don't know the Moors were Hamites, Israelites, and Arabs at the same time. Niggas act like all the Moors were Israelites. That's stupid. All right, brother, good to have you on.
Hold on. Hassan had a question for me, bro. Hold on.
Go ahead, because we got people waiting. Go ahead, Hassan. Last question.
In Isaiah 11 and 13, when it says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Can you illustrate Judah vexing Ephraim and Ephraim vexing Judah here in the United States of America?
We do that all the time. That's the curse in Deuteronomy.
Right, but who's the Judah that's vexing? Who's the Judah? I'm not done. But who's the Judah? Who's the Judah that's vexing Ephraim? And
brother, first of all, we don't know who is from the tribe of what. I mean, that chart it doesn't do it, bro. Like, stop playing.
Then give up Bible.
Hold on, let me get my answer out, bro. Let me get my answer.
Do you know what your answer
is?
I'm telling you what my answer to that question.
So what question? Do you remember?
The vexing of Ephraim against Judah, bro.
It's not just that, though, brother. It's not that. Okay, I need you to show me. Okay, so what is the people group that's Judah that's vexing Ephraim? And what is the people Ephraim that's envying the people Judah? Show me that in real time.
Hassan, like I'm going to tell you, that like I said, I'm Negro only, okay?
I didn't ask
like
you.
Hold on, bro. Well, if I believe I'm Negro only, then like I said, that goes back to the curse in Deuteronomy about evil eye towards your brother. Okay, that's your vet right there, bro.
So who's
That's your vet.
so how is
No.
Ephraim?
I can't. I can't answer it, bro.
So
Like
he
I
don't
said,
know his side.
So you
That's
don't
what it is.
no. Just like you, Ariel, you couldn't look.
okay,
Don't play no
yeah.
games.
No,
Don't
that's
play
all right,
no
brother.
games. It is what it
Okay,
is,
beautiful,
right?
beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I say shalom then.
All right,
Y'all
shalom,
take it
brother.
easy. You got it.
All
I'll
praises.
be back.
So this brother been waiting for a while. Hebrew Nation. What's going on, brother? My bad.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, quick question. Me and my boy, I don't want no smoke. I just want some clarification because he listens to y'all often, and I thought what he was saying was kind of bugged out. He was asking about salvation. What is y'all definition for salvation? Is salvation to y'all just basically someone just getting rescued from his enemies? Is that what you guys consider salvation is?
Let me just read it. Luke 1, Deacon.
Yeah.
Luke 1 is 68. Blessed be the Lord. Here's the biblical definition of salvation. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and has raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
All right, cool. All right. And the debate we were having is this. He asked about, we talked about, I asked him a question about, I said, no, he asked me. I said, our ancestors that was in Egypt, did they receive salvation from, he said that they received salvation in Egypt when
Yeah.
they got out of Egypt. They got saved from their enemies or whatever. And I told him that, I understand what the scripture says about what you're saying salvation is, but I understand salvation as let's not fear the man that can take our body, but the man that can take our, kill us in the second death. Because the scripture tells us that those that who endure to the end, they shall be saved. So if you're saying that they got salvation, I told him that was completely bullcrap. Because a week later, 40,000 of them got killed in the damn earthquake. And then the Messiah says in the New Testament, he says about our ancestors that they will not enter his rest.
So
That
you're saying that even though the Bible says that they did receive salvation, but you're saying that's bull crap.
I'm telling you, please explain to me how they received salvation and they got killed the next couple of
Let's
weeks.
Were
read it.
they in
Let's
the
just
hand of
read
those
it.
enemies in the wilderness?
Hold on, too many people talking. I can't hear
Yeah,
anything.
let's just read it. Let's just read it. Go
I'm in
ahead.
Exodus 14. It literally says they received salvation, Deacon, if you want me to show it.
No, wait. Before you guys go just to reading, do you understand what I'm asking? Do you
Yes.
saying
Yes,
salvation?
yes. We hear what you're asking, but we want you to reconcile your emotions with what God is saying. Go ahead.
Exodus 14, and let's start at verse. The context is, like it says, Pharaoh in pursuit. This is after we leave Egypt, and Pharaoh and his army are pursuing us. This is when Moses is about to split the Red Sea, right? Now, look at this. I'm going to get to the point. Verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. Here come their enemies. And they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? So here come the Egyptians chasing after us. So then look what happens in verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, the Israelites, fear ye not. Don't be afraid of your enemies, the Egyptians. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. So again, very simply put, like we just got done reading in Luke 1, salvation is us getting delivered from our enemies, as illustrated here in Exodus 14. So yes, they did receive salvation.
All right. So once
Do
again,
you agree? Do you agree that they received salvation?
Excuse me?
Do you agree with God that they received salvation?
No, don't say that you agree with God, because there's certain things like when the scripture says like, hey, this would be a curse on you forever. Like we know that the scripture will say forever, but we understand in certain circumstances it's
Not what he
not
asked you.
forever. Hold on.
Do you agree that the Israelites received salvation here? Yes or no?
No, I'm saying how could they receive salvation if they
Oh
were
my
killed?
He
God.
asked you a yes or
Listen
no
to what I'm
question.
saying. Listen.
What does this word right here say?
Aisha, please turn this to my dude. Listen, please. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying.
Wait, brother. Did you just speak Arabic?
No, he spoke
French. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? I understand what you're saying. The scripture says in that verse. My question is to you: what is salvation? If you're telling me that we escaped from Egypt, and 2 weeks later, half of them died in the earthquake, and then the Messiah himself said to them in the end that they will not enter into my rest. So he's talking about them, okay? And we're talking about, so you're telling me now they received salvation knowing that they came out with a mixed multitude. So you're telling me that heathens can also receive salvation because a mixed multitude came out of them, out of Egypt. Is that what you're saying?
Nope. I'm saying very clearly, like I just said earlier, salvation is the Israelites being saved from the hand of our enemies. This is what we are waiting for the Messiah to do. Is to save us from the hands of our
did they receive salvation?
Again,
that came out with them?
No. The mixed multitude didn't receive salvation, sir.
But they got saved out of Egypt.
Listen to me. If you look at the Torah, Numbers 11 and the Apocrypha, it says that God brought them out only to torture them in front of us. That wasn't salvation for them. Sorry.
So what happened? So God brought them out to torture them in front of them.
That's
so half of our ancestors that died in the earthquake. Why did the Lord do that?
That's what.
Where you getting this half number from?
Bro, you know what? 2 people that died in the earthquake in front of
No, but you're saying, God saved them out of Egypt, and to kill half of them, nigga. Where are you getting these numbers from?
Hey, bro, relax. I'm saying that.
Where are you getting these numbers from?
Forget the number, bro. You focus on the wrong thing. Forget the number.
You're not making a point. That's the point.
Oh,
the point is you're not making a point. The Bible clearly says that salvation is us being delivered from the hand or the power of our enemies. When we came out of Egypt, we were no longer under the power or the hand of the Egyptians in the wilderness. Whether or not Israelites died due to their rebellion and their disobedience has nothing to do with the fact that they received salvation. Again, do you agree with the text that we received salvation when we came out of the land of Egypt? Yes or no?
I'm saying I do not agree with your interpretation of that verse.
Then you interpret Exodus 14 and 13.
Buddy, relax. Okay, relax.
Give me your exegesis.
Listen.
No, we need you to explain it. Listen. Listen, you got one option, brother, and that's to explain the verse that Hassan just read. That's it.
I asked him to explain the verse to me. What are you talking about?
And he did. Now we want you to. If not,
he did not explain it to me. I
Sir,
said to
all
him,
right, listen to what the host of this channel was telling you. Either you can explain it or we can get the next brother on.
Deacon, what I'm saying to you is that the verse.
It's that simple. Golly,
okay.
I got a precept real quick, Deacon.
Go ahead, bring your precept out, and then we'll let this brother Joel do his thing.
Nehemiah 9:27. Therefore, thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. All throughout the Bible, salvation is Israel being saved from their enemies.
Very simple. Joel, you can unmute your mic and bring out what you got.
Shalom. I got like 2 questions and a little smoke for the deacon. First of all, I just want to say that Negro only brother, he was because I'm so-called Latino, right? I was born in Puerto Rico. My dad's side of the family, dark as shit. My afro was bigger than his, talking about Negro only, but whatever. First question that I want. My daughter's in a public school, right? I have her full-time. I'm a single dad. I've had her full-time for 2 years. She's in kindergarten. I have her in a private school, but it's a Catholic private school. I do teach her. She knows we don't celebrate birthdays. We don't celebrate holidays. We don't do none of that. I bring her to school every morning after the morning prayer, so she's not in there doing whatever. But I wanted to ask, what would be better? Would it be better to put her in the public school or to keep her in there? Because, public school nowadays with the whole alphabet thing, it's just, getting a little out of control. So I just wanted you guys' opinion on that.
Yeah, I would rather put my kid. If you can't homeschool, I would do public before any type of religious school.
Okay. So public. Okay. It's not
Yeah,
too late.
I went to Catholic high school, and I would never send my children to have Catholic high school, school in general.
Okay. Yeah. She's only in kindergarten, so yeah. It's not too late. Okay. Second, Brazilians, tribe of Judah.
It depends.
Well, the majority of them, I would assume.
No.
No. Okay. Never mind. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, they're in the BRICS, so it's like, it's just weird that one of our own tribes would have basically a whole nation to themselves as a part of the BRICS, and it was just weird to me. So I wasn't sure if Brazilians as a whole were Jews or not. So I'm just confused about that.
Well, most of the people who rule and are in government there are Edomites. There's a lot of Edomites in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just like with Mexico. You look on the Mexico dollar bills, them are Edomites up there.
Oh yeah, facts. I guess that was my questions. The little smoke that I had for the deacon was the whole free will thing, right? Because don't get me wrong, I believe that there's no free will. I believe Yahweh does what he wants when he wants. We cannot stop it. We cannot foresee it. We cannot change it. There's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands. No free will at all whatsoever for anybody that has ever lived. That's how I feel, right? Mm-hmm. But a couple weeks ago, I was listening to the deacon, and he had said something about the Israelite teachers that only teach from home, computer, whatever, don't go on the highways and byways. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, but if that's the Most High's will, if that's what he chose for destiny for them, why have a problem with it? Why? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but the words that I saw that I heard was that you have less respect for the teachers that teach from home and don't go on the highways and byways. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, but nobody has free will. So if that was what Yahweh intended for them, why have an issue with it?
Why have an issue with adultery or committing adultery by that logic?
Great question.
No, I understand that part. But at the same time, if they're not committing adultery and they're not sinning and they're keeping the whole law and teaching Israel from home and not going on the highways and byways.
Well, they're not keeping the whole law. Because it's Christ, according to the law, Deuteronomy 18,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You have to
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say, and I totally agree with you, Ariella.
Can I say it first, though?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so according to the law, that God will send a prophet like unto Moses, whose words he'll put in his mouth, and we must follow those words. If we don't, God will require it of us, right?
Correct.
Okay, so did Jesus Christ say, go out to the highways and hedges and bid my people to the marriage?
Yes.
Okay, so if they're not doing that, and Deacon has a problem with that, especially considering a lot of these guys who do that just talk shit from the comforts of their home about what we are doing when we're actually doing what Christ says do. So why are we wrong? Why do you have an issue with us having an issue with them doing that?
Oh, because I don't listen to them at all. I follow you guys. To be fairly honest with you, I don't even listen to IUIC because they sound like a church to me, right? But that's just my own preference. I listen to you guys. Now that he's posted anything in like 5 or 6 years, but I also listen to Kazawan. You guys are the only two that I listen to.
Class? Are you in? It's crazy that you mentioned him. Are you in his class?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I was going to sign up for your class, Deacon. But that's So let me ask you a question. Can I sign up for your class even though I don't follow the new moon?
It's for any camp and any gender. I mean, both genders. Any gender. Both genders. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Sign up.
Okay.
I need to talk. I need to talk to you about something concerning that brother that you just mentioned. So, if you can find a way to get with me, get with me.
Yes. Yes, I have your email. I can message you.
Okay, cool. Shalom,
Yep.
brother.
Yep. All right. Shalom.
All praises.
Oh,
Okay, so somebody named the one and only.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
Wasn't that? Look at my cover photo. Wasn't that perfect timing?
Dude ain't been on here in years, bro. He finally got us again.
And let me tell you something. He waited. He been back there for an hour in the back chat. He waited for that. Let that be a curse unto him. Okay, we got Marcus back. Are you back for the match again?
Most definitely, y'all.
All right, let me ask you a question. What's the first day of the week in today's terms?
In today's terms, depend on where you living at, but I believe it's Sunday.
You believe it's Sunday. So when is the Lord's Sabbath?
The weekly Sabbath is on Friday night to Saturday.
So the Lord's Sabbath,
Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
The Lord's Sabbath is on Friday night to Saturday night. But what if you're in China? What is the Lord's Sabbath?
What's going on with China ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, so
but I mean, I give you. I understand why.
No, here's what I'm saying though. So you're saying that because I know I mentioned this before. There's like 160 countries or 190 countries. 70% of the countries, their first day of the week is Monday. So their seventh day would be Sunday. So that wouldn't be the Lord's Sabbath for them?
Depending on
this seems to me like you're saying the Lord's Sabbath is based off of the white man's calendar here in America.
I mean, depending on where you at, you'll have different first days of the week.
So the Lord's Sabbath can be on different days.
Nah, but whatever our day is, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, then you will have to line that up around the world. I can't answer for. I never been in China. I don't know what's going on. That's just like asking me why Egypt got 10-day weeks.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. In most countries, the first day of their 7th day is Sunday, but in America, the 7th day is Saturday. So I'm asking you, why is this the Lord? Why is the Lord the Gregorian calendar the authoritative on what the Lord's Sabbath is? And I want you to also show me our forefathers keeping the Gregorian calendar.
Okay, I never said that they kept the Gregorian calendar.
Oh,
so, but okay, if you know about the Gregorian calendar and what they changed, you'll know the 7 day never got the 7 days didn't get changed.
That's not what I said.
They moved up in date. I believe it's like 11 days or something like that.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that. I said if you're saying the Lord's Sabbath is on Saturday, then I need you to show me. You're basing that off of the Gregorian calendar. So I need you to show me how our forefathers were operating and using the Gregorian calendar.
All right, so I'm gonna say two things. For one, if you in another part of the world, if you was mentioning like their first day would be this day or whatever, I was gonna ask you, what day would that be? Like if it's Monday, what day would that be equivalent to us over here in America? You get what I'm saying? Like our Sunday might be their Tuesday, whatever. So I don't.
America, the white American is the standard.
Yeah, that's what my brothers are saying who keep the Friday to Saturday. I love them. I'll die for them. But you're saying that's the Lord's Sabbath, and white America, the white American calendar is the Sabbath. It don't matter what none of the melanated countries, none of the Latino countries, wherever we're scattered, where their 7th day is Sunday. It doesn't matter. They got to get in line. Like you said, you got to come in line with the white America's calendar.
I wouldn't necessarily say with the white man calendar, but from what I know, Saturday, which I guess you could say American calendar or whatever. But I know for sure it's Saturday. That's what I know. So however our Saturday aligns up in America,
I thought it was Friday,
that's
Saturday.
what I would try.
Yeah,
It kind of created an echo. Can you?
Oh yeah, the echo. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
my bad. I didn't really get to catch what was said.
No, he thought you said Friday to Saturday, but you're saying it's Friday to Saturday because of the evening to evening.
Right. I mean, that's how all from what I met. That's how all the Saturday Sabbath keepers keep it, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
Okay, but you do understand what we're saying though, because you said that Saturday is the Lord's Sabbath based off of the Gregorian calendar over here in America.
No, I'm not saying based. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying it's based off the Gregorian calendar. I'm saying based off of the documentation, right? So like when the temple was when they took over the temple, the people I forgot one of his names. I know Josephus was one of them, but there's another one, a Roman named. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. A Roman named Dio Cassius, correct.
Yeah.
What he was writing about how they observed that, we wouldn't fight them back, or we would only act in defense on this day. We wouldn't really try to go to war with them. And
so you're saying that because Saturday comes from the Gregorian calendar. So now you're saying that our forefathers kept the Gregorian calendar.
You could say the name comes from the Gregorian calendar, but there was a 7-day cycle before the Gregorian calendar.
But it wasn't Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
What was it?
It was
when he unmute, it creates an echo.
I think Ariella, you might have to go out and come back in possibly, because every time you come off mute.
How about now? Is it doing it now?
Mic check.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
Okay, let me come back.
Okay, so let me put a link back in the chat. But so that's that. The link is in the chat if you guys want to come on for the smoke. But that's the question we're asking. And now, if our forefathers were keeping the Gregorian calendar, then that's a bigger problem, because the Gregorian calendar comes from the Julian calendar, which had 10-day weeks. And then before that, it was the Roman calendar. So this Gregorian calendar that we are in now, that you're saying our forefathers were keeping in the 1st century, that came from the Julian calendar. And then the Julian calendar came from the Roman calendar. So, and these calendars had 9-day weeks sometimes, 7-day weeks sometimes, 10-day weeks sometimes. So how would you fix your mouth to say the calendar we're in today, the weekly cycle we're in today, is an uninterrupted 7-day cycle from the beginning of time?
So Dio Cassius is before the Gregorian calendar, correct?
No,
that's during the Roman period.
No. Listen, what I'm telling you. The Gregorian
I'm just trying to get some established.
I'm explaining it to you. The Gregorian calendar was called the Julian calendar. Gregory just took it over. And then before that, the Julian calendar was called the Roman calendar. Julius Caesar just took it over. So it's the same calendar. It's just an evolution of each one.
Not exactly. He moved the dates. The 7-day cycle didn't get broken. And that's what it says when it's speaking on Pope Gregory the 13th or whatever.
What calendar did King Gregory adopt?
Probably Julian, like you said. I don't know.
Julian calendar, which had 8-day, 9-day, and sometimes 10-day weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So this calendar we're in for 2 millenniums, even beyond, has not been an uninterrupted 7-day cycle.
Where it says that at when it mentions about them changing the calendar.
They literally added 11 days to the calendar.
That's what that's why I literally said they moved the date up like 11 days. They didn't change the 7-day cycle. So if it was the 13th, when they moved it, it would have been the
that's 14th. Not my
argument.
I'm not saying that King Gregory changed.
I was just responding to Ariella. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not saying that, and we understand that. But what I am saying is that this weekly cycle that we're in comes from a weekly cycle that was for centuries, 9 days, 10 days, 8 days, and 7 days. So out of nowhere in the 1500s, or even maybe shortly before, boom, let's just change it back to 7-day weeks. So this cannot be the uninterrupted weekly cycle from the beginning to think that is to worship the white man, brother.
All right, I understand what you're saying, and this is what I'm gonna say on my behalf. From what I've seen, they said that we kept our Sabbath, the Jews in antiquity, every 7 days, right? And the seventh day for us.
Who said that?
Me and you both referenced Dio
A
Caspio.
Gentile said that, right?
Is he not documenting the history? Is he not documenting the report of the war? What's going
So
on?
okay,
every nation has their recorders that's documenting what's going on.
Yes, and history can be rewritten. So if you have, the Bible says 2 or 3 witnesses, right?
Josephus is the second witness.
Okay, well, I have Josephus saying we kept the lunar Sabbath. I have the Essenes saying we kept the lunar Sabbath. And then I have a source that you quoted saying we kept the lunar Sabbath. These are all Israelites saying we kept the lunar Sabbath. So do we take our 3 witnesses, Israelites, as the Torah says, our brothers, or do we go with this Roman army guy, this Gentile heathen who is allegedly recounting history?
All right. So I also got a quote from Josephus. I also believe that he said we kept the 7th day, right? And then I have, as you quoted, Philo. I was trying to read Philo earlier, but I was kind of cut off before I got to the point that I wanted to establish. So, like we both got sources. We just got to bring them to the table and hear each other out. That's
okay.
all.
So let's get your source for, since I have the book right here at on my person. Show me where Philo said the Israelites were keeping a Saturday Sabbath.
Well, not literally the words Saturday, but I'll show you. Let me pull this up real quick. So, and I like this conversation a lot more better. It's a lot more learning than just going back and forth and stuff. So I appreciate that. So let's go to the Decalogue. It's in paragraph 20 on my screen. It's paragraph XX. So that'll be 20. And then it goes line 96. I think I kind of stopped around right before line 97.
Decalogue what?
Say that again.
The Decalogue what?
It's under the category of the Decalogue is going into the commandment. So it's paragraph 20.
The Decalogue.
And it might be a little different on yours because you got different publishers that translate his work. But I think that this one is translated by Young. It says a treatise concerning the 10 commandments, which are the heads of the law. You got that part?
Go ahead.
Okay, bet. And then I'm in paragraph, because mine is numbered, so I don't know how yours look. Go to paragraph
in the 4th commandment.
20, right? Paragraph 20, right? Line 90, not line 96, right? So the 4th commandment has reference to the sacred 7th day, that it may be passed in a sacred and holy manner. Now, some states keep the holy festival only once in a month, counting from the new moon as a day sacred to God. But the nation of the Jews
Okay, go ahead.
But the nation of the Jews keep every 7th day regularly, after each interval of 6 days. And there is an account of events recorded in the history of the creation of the world, comprising a sufficient relation of the cause of this ordinance. For the sacred historian says that the world was created in 6 days, and that on the 7th day, God desisted from his works and began to contemplate what he had so beautifully created. Therefore, he commanded.
Hold on. Start that again, because I don't have it here. You're reading from the internet or from a book?
No, I got the internet version in front of me.
Yeah, I don't know. That might not be accurate. I got the book here. You said what paragraph is that?
I'm in paragraph 20.
Paragraph. Okay, and that would be 2.
It starts off with the 4th commandment, right?
In Roman numerals, that would be 2 X's, right?
XX.
Yeah. XX. Okay.
So can you read just like your first?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me.
Yeah. Because like I said, there's different translations. This is Young's translation.
V is 5. Where's XX at? Okay, there's X. All right. And X. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6.
Can y'all still hear me? Did he cut off? Because it kind of went.
Got it. So it says the fourth commandment.
My bad. You cut out for a bad second. I ain't catch none. If you were saying something, you cut out for a minute.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. The fourth commandment has reference to the sacred 7th day, that it may be passed in a sacred and holy manner. Now, some states keep the holy festival only once in the month, counting from the new moon as a day sacred to God. And this is dealing with the Sabbath. So why is it saying states?
I think you're referring to the different diaspora of the Jews, or because he's in Alexandria, right? So
yeah,
he might be referring to the way the other Jews in different locations.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see him saying that some Israelites keep it according to the new moon, but then he says, but the nations of Jews keep it every day, every 7th day regularly after each interval of 6 days. And there is no accounts of events recorded in history of the creation of the world comprising a sufficient relation of the cause of this ordinance. For the sacred historian says that the world was created in 6 days, and on the 7th day, God rested from all his works and began to complete it. Now, are you taking this to what point are you making with this statement by Philo?
I was almost done. It's another line I wanted to keep reading because he goes on to say we are to imitate God in the creation story. That was the point.
Okay.
So this is line 98. So it seemed like me and you got the same thing.
No, because you're saying that he's teaching a Saturday Sabbath.
Yeah, that's the point I was going to get to. So it says, therefore he commanded the beings also who were destined to live in this state to imitate God in this particular also, as well in all others, applying themselves to work for 6 days, but desisting from them. Hold on, where I'm at. Desisting from them and philosophizing on the 7th day and devoting their leisure to the contemplation of the things of nature and considering whether in the preceding 6 days that they have done anything which has not been holy, bringing their conduct before the judgment seat of the soul and subjecting it to scrutiny, so forth and so on. But he says that we were to imitate God and work 6 days and work 7 days. And the point that really drove it home was when we look at the story, there wasn't no moon for God to base off of the Sabbath. He just told us to imitate God and work 6 days, and on the 7th day we rest.
You believe those were 7 literal days of creation?
Yeah, that's what Philo and them say. But it was one more line I wanted to read. But if you want, you can ask me something, and then I'll.
Yeah, it can't be 7 literal days due to the fact that Ezra says that the world is divided into 12 parts. So, but I want to read this because either your understanding might be wrong of what Philo is saying, or we have a historical contradiction. So, in the preliminary studies from Philo on page 313, it says, "For the instead of Scripture, on the 10th day of the month, let each man take a sheep according to his house, in order that from the 10th there may be consecrated to the 10th, and that is to God the sacrifices which have been preserved in the soul, which is illuminated in 2 portions. That means every second week will be a full moon, the 7th day being counted after the new moon. It says, out of 3 until it is entirely changed in every part and becomes a heavenly brilliancy like a full moon. This also proves that the new moon is not the full moon. At the height of its increase at the end of the 2nd week, you see that? That means every 2nd week will be a full moon. That means every 2nd Sabbath will be a full moon. This is a problem here if you're saying that the weeks are not confined into the month. You get what I'm saying? Let me read that slowly.
Go ahead.
Let me read that slowly. at the when it's a full moon, this is what Philo's saying. At the height of its increase, at the end of the second week, that means at the end of every second week, it's going to be a full moon. What does that prove? A lunar Sabbath, and it also proves that the weeks and the months are not on different cycles, but the weeks are confined into the month.
Was you done?
Or, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that's what I was I remember because you mentioned something earlier about the 7th day when I went to explain it, and I said the 7th, y'all was like, oh yeah, got him, start laughing. And that's what I was trying to explain, because I actually have a calendar in front of me, so I can see, but I know y'all can't see it. So what I understand from what he's talking about is literally what you said is not going on. What I understand is he's talking about the second week of the month at the end, because the second week of every month is going to be the 15th. So no matter where the week starts, whether it's Monday, I said no, not where the week starts, where the month starts. My bad, I misspoke. Wherever the month starts, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the second week, the end, which is the 15th, is going to be a new moon, because we get our moon, our new month, not our new moon, our new month based off of the new moon. So I understand what he's saying. I just disagree with how you interpreted it. You get what I'm saying?
So now I read that before. Now you're saying that there's 2 different week cycles.
I mean, if that's the way you understand it, I could say you saying that, because it's a week, like the week cycle is 7 days, and then the month can start anywhere throughout the week. Like,
so when I say second week, when I take that as the second week, that could be the end. That could be the second week of the month, or that could be the second week of the weekly cycle.
I believe he's talking about the second week of the month. He said at the end of every, was the second week, word for word? Is that what he said?
Yes.
And okay, at the end of every second week, you're going to get a full moon. He's talking about the monthly, the weekly cycle within a month.
Okay,
that's the way I take it. You ain't gotta,
no. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure everybody's clear here. The brother is saying that there's a monthly cycle, there's a weekly cycle, and then there's another weekly cycle.
Where the other weekly cycle come from?
Because you're saying that there's this 7-day weekly cycle that is on its own, and then there's another weekly cycle of the month.
But you said 3. You said 3 cycles.
What's the third? 3 cycles. A monthly cycle, a week within so you got 30 days in a month, and then you're saying that, okay, there's weekly cycles within that month, and then there's this Sunday to Saturday cycle.
So I just explained to you what I'm saying. So there's the 7-day weekly cycle, right? The month can start in anywhere within that 7 days.
So when I say, all right, Marcus, come on my show next week, you're gonna say, all right, the next week of this month or the next week of this Monday.
If you say next week, you mean literally like next week Sunday. Like,
okay. So when the Lord said 70 weeks will be numbered to you in Daniel, or any weeks, let's say I'll return to you in 40 weeks. Is that 40 weeks in a monthly cycle, or is that 40 weeks from like this Monday to Sunday cycle that you're talking about?
It's just 40 weeks, and then it's not. He's literally talking about the cycle of the moon. That's why.
Yeah, what weeks do I count though? If God tells me in 40 weeks I'm going to visit your household,
I feel like
what week is he talking about? Is he talking about the weeks that are confined into the month, or this other weekly cycle, Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday?
I feel like the disconnect is because we just believe 2 different things. I don't believe that I'm gonna say, I believe the month can start anywhere within the week. That's the disconnect between us. You believe that whenever the month starts, that's when the week starts. So it can be, to you, it could be in the midst of 7 days, right? It could be Wednesday, and then
brother, that is absolute confusion, King. I mean, absolute confusion.
It might be. I understand.
I'm trying to understand what he's saying right there. So you're telling me that the first,
I was trying to, but I let him.
The first day so the first day of the month could be like the 5th day of the week.
It can come within any days of the week. So it
So,
can come
so
on
for the record,
Monday.
yes or no? So, yes or no? Are you saying that the first day of the month could be like the 5th day of the we're talking about the Hebraic week? I hope you understand.
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Okay, so can you show me anywhere in the Bible where the first day of the month is not the, first day of the month?
I never said the first day of the month is not the first day of the month. You meant to say not the first day of the week. Is that what you meant to say?
But that's
right.
it
you
is
just
though.
Reworded it wrong.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying. That's why I said it the way I said it. So can you show me?
That's not what I'm saying. But
Okay,
I
so show me
understand. I
anywhere in the
understand your
Bible where
question.
the first day of the month is not the first day of the week. Thank you.
Okay. So my example would be in Samuel with David.
Oh, you done messed up now.
I understand.
It calls it the first day of the month, and then it says the second day, and then it says the third day.
And then he left in the third day, right? And he went to the priest, right? And he went and asked him for food. That third day was the Sabbath.
No, it said no. Let's get that.
Yeah, but I feel like we kind of moved from what we was reading, but
he was hiding. He hid for 3 days, and then he said it's been 3 days since I came out. So the 7th day was the Sabbath.
Nah, but yeah, let's read it real quick. Let's go there because
let's go there.
Because my first question would be what did he tell him what happened? Right.
Watch this. Would you agree
where we at?
It's going to be in Samuel. So would you agree that he was hiding for 3 days?
He hid for about 3 days. Yeah, go ahead.
He hid for about 3 days.
Because if you read it, they had meal the first night. It was a whole day the second night. They had a meal. He came out to him on the third day.
Okay. Watch this. So in 1 Samuel 20:19, and when thou hast stayed 3 days.
Hold on. Where we at?
1 Samuel 20:19, brother. It says, and when thou hast stayed 3 days, then shalt thou go down quickly and come to the place where thou didst hide thyself when the business was in hand, and shall remain by the stone Ezel. Right? That's 1 Samuel 20. So he hides for 3 days. Then in the next chapter, when he goes to the priest.
No, let's not just jump like that.
We're not just jumping. We're going to the point, brother.
All right.
1 Samuel 21:5. And David answered the priest. This is after he hides for 3 days. And said unto him, of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days since I came out.
How many days is that?
Shut your black mouth.
Now, can I get my explanation?
Can you add?
Sir, we ain't gotta do that.
He asked you a question, brother. You're not answering the question.
Because he gave his interpretation. I understood what he's saying. He asked
you a question.
Okay, he said it's been about 3 days since I came out. It's been 3 days. He's literally talking about since he came out of the presence of Saul, which he told the priest what he did.
Not presence of Saul. He was hiding. What presence of Saul?
I know he lied to the man. He told him Saul sent me about this business when he was really hiding.
Okay.
So the 3 days
you
that
answer
he's
this
talking about,
question.
I'm answering it right now. So the 3 days he's talking about that he came out, he's talking about out of the presence of Saul when he went and did his business. And that's why I was asking, let's not jump so far, because we see the first day
hiding.
Can I speak? We seen the first day, right? They had a meal, right? Then the second day they had a meal. The king was mad because David didn't come. The third day he went out to the field. The third day didn't even completely go past. He came out to him on the third day and got him out of there. And he told him what it was, and he left.
He told the
that's
priest
why he said about these 3 days.
It's been 3 days since he was hiding. That's what he just said in 1 Samuel 21:5, brother. It's literally what it said.
You just missed the whole point. You literally just missed the whole point.
No, I think you're missing the point. The point is he made.
Go ahead.
The point is very simple. He made a plan with Jonathan. The plan was for him to hide for 3 days. After he comes out after 3 days, he goes to the priest. He tells the priest that he's not been with women, right, since these 3 days, since I came out. So 3 days have now passed since the 3 days he's been in hiding. So that means they're what?
That's not the way that I understand it. That's what I'm saying to you. The 3 days that he's telling him.
We got to get rid of our presuppositions, brother.
That's y'all presupposition, though. What I'm saying, the 3 days, right, that he's telling them about, he didn't even say the whole about 3 days, is about the 3 days that he was in hiding. He told him that Saul sent him about. He's speaking in reference to the 3 days, about 3 days that he'd been out of the presence of Saul, which he lied to.
No, he's not. He wasn't even in the presence of Saul in chapter 20.
He lied to you. Missed
but you're saying
so
what
did he tell the priest? What did
Marcus,
he tell the priest?
I know what he told the priest, but you're saying that it's 3 days he's been away from the presence of Saul. He wasn't with Saul on New Moon, right? He wasn't with Saul the day before New Moon when he made the plan with Jonathan. What are you talking about?
No.
What do you mean no? Who was he with the day before he went into hiding?
All right, so let's read.
Who did he make the plan with?
He made the plan with Jonathan.
Okay, it wasn't with Saul. Okay, cool. That was the day before the new moon, right?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm
so he was not. He was nowhere around Saul, right? The day before the new moon, on the new moon, or the second day of the new moon, or second day after the new moon. He wasn't around him. So what are you talking about? He was in hiding for 3 days.
About 3 days, he was in hiding, right? So
it says he was in hiding for 3 days. The plan was for him to be in hiding for 3 days. That's what he did.
So when we count the days, right, of them actually having meals, so they had how many meals?
The meals have nothing to do with what we're talking. No, Marcus.
The new moon, right?
Marcus.
Then it's a day after the new moon, right? They don't sit down and have a feast on the third day. No, he comes and get him on the third day.
Who cares? We're not talking about meals. We're talking about what David did and what he's telling the priest, not about fucking meals.
You annoying the point. So I'd rather just keep talking to Hassad and Deacon.
What's the word? So look. So Saturday. Okay, so let's deal with Ezekiel 46 before we bring the next brother on. Ezekiel 46. Ezekiel 46, bro. We done had you on for an hour in total. So in Ezekiel 46, right? Is there any reason? Is there any way the gate can be open? I mean, the gate can be shut only 5 days.
I don't know what you mean by that question. I gotta go read Ezekiel 46. So I don't know what you mean. But if you got an answer, you can go ahead.
Well, let's just share the screen here.
Because it's feel like every time we get somewhere and building, then it goes completely left. So
sometimes it can get like that, brother. But it's okay if you feel like there's some push back.
I'll be trying, but I be letting y'all over talk me because this y'all platform. I don't want to disrespect y'all, brothers, bro.
Listen, if you started yelling, listen, brother. If you started yelling and screaming, I wouldn't feel disrespected unless you. I got thick skin. You got to remember, I come from Great Millstone. We were taught.
I'm just saying.
We were taught to kill.
I got respect for the brothers that was in the truth before me. You get what I'm saying? So and plus this y'all platform. Y'all don't have to open y'all platform up to anybody to be questioned. So I respect that in that manner. You get what I'm saying? And plus y'all one of the camps that got me into reading the Bible and stuff. So I'm trying to show y'all love, respect, and let y'all go about how y'all go. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so
but I just got one question after you read this, then you can go.
In Ezekiel 46, thus saith the Lord God, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut 6 working days. How many days is this gate going to be shut according to God?
It says 6 working days.
Okay, so but on the Sabbath it shall be opened, and in the new moon it shall be opened. So if there's ever a case where the new moon is not on the Sabbath, that means it will only be shut 5 days, right?
I disagree, but all right.
How, brother? How do you? Okay, brother.
For one, it said on the Sabbath and on the day of the new moon. Why wouldn't it say on the cycles of the moon?
No. Listen, before we get there, you just agreed that this gate has to be shut according to your heavenly Father 6 days out of the week.
This says 6 working days, correct?
Okay. So if the Sabbath falls on Friday to Saturday, but the new moon falls on a Wednesday, that means this gate will be shut only 5 working days, right?
You said new moon. I don't consider new moon a Sabbath. Well, I get what you're
Nobody
saying.
asked you,
No,
brother.
I got what you were saying. I missed it for a second. I got him. I got him. But yeah, so if the Sabbath was on the 3rd and the new moon was on the 1st, it'll be what, 1 day or something that it'll be open. I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, so brother, how is it that the Bible says that this gate is to be shut 6 days, but according to the calendar you follow, it would be shut potentially, depending on when the new moon came in, 5 days?
I understand. And y'all got that same kind of issue when y'all have a Sabbath
No,
on
no,
can I
no,
speak?
no. I'm
Okay, I can speak.
asking you a question. The question is to be answered. Please answer the question, brother.
I was trying to. Y'all don't necessarily like the way I answer all the questions, and I don't like the way y'all answer all the questions. Can I just answer?
You remember the question is how, right?
Yeah, and that's the same question I will pose to y'all in the example.
You're not posing any
Y'all,
questions. You're answering my question, brother.
and I'm trying to answer.
Go ahead.
Y'all will have the same exact problem when it's to the end of the
Stop
month.
talking about the problems
cannot
we have. No, because you're not answering it. You're
because
no.
you
You're not
just
to talk about the problems that we have. You're to answer the problem that has been presented to you.
okay, and I can do the same
Stop,
thing to
stop,
you.
stop. Okay, oh my God.
Why are
Stop.
you deflecting from answering the question?
I'm trying, like, brother, let's say we're dead wrong. Whatever. Okay. Let's put that to the side and let's have you answer how you're not wrong.
Okay, so the weekly Sabbath, it will be, what is it, shut every for 6 days, and on the Sabbath it will be open. That's the way I understand it, and that's what it's talking about.
Okay, so if the new moon fell in on a Wednesday, how many days would the gate be shut?
It will be shut what, to Thursday and Friday.
Okay, but how many days is it supposed to be shut according to God?
It's supposed to be shut 6 working days.
Right.
Is the new moon and the Sabbath considered working days?
Brother, man.
No.
Listen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's
You're proving
supposed
our
to,
point.
so you just said that it would be shut 5 days according to potentially with your calendar, but God said according to his calendar it's supposed to be shut 6 days.
6 working days.
So who's right? You or God? Which one?
Y'all, God is always, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. God is
All
always
right, brother. We love you, King. Shalom, brother.
Lord in Christ.
Abel, what's going on? Sorry for the wait.
What's going on, fellas? Y'all got some crazy patience, man. I couldn't do what y'all do.
It's all good. Go ahead. We're about to get a couple more brothers on and wrap this up. Go ahead.
All right, I just got a quick question because my understanding of John 1:1 is different from your understanding of John 1:1.
You know my understanding?
You guys believe pre-existence of Christ, right?
What?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't believe in the pre-existence of Christ.
Okay, so you don't believe that the Messiah, pre-existed his incarnation on the earth 2,000 years ago?
What I'm saying is I don't believe in the pre-existence of Christ, meaning I don't believe Christ was in heaven with God before he came to earth.
Okay, so read
That's what I'm
John
saying.
1.
Okay, so
No. Before that, in Psalms 110 and 1, the Lord said unto my Lord, who's that?
That's prophetic, though.
That's prophetic?
Yeah.
What did it say is prophetic?
That's what I believe. I believe that's prophetic.
Okay, you believe it's prophetic. So in John 1 and 1, it says, in the beginning was the word. Who's the word?
Let's start with a definition, though, Deacon. What does the word mean? What does logos mean?
Who is the word? Is the word a person?
It means word.
The word means thought, principle, or speech. That's what it means.
The word logos means word, sir. That's what it means. That's why they translated it as word.
It means
who is the word?
It also means thought, principle, or speech.
Okay, but who is the word?
Jesus is the word.
Jesus is the word.
Right.
In the beginning was the word, and the word was what?
The word was with God, and the word was God.
So a thought was God.
No, a thought was with God, meaning that God had the plan of Jesus before the world began. Before everything began, God had a plan. That's what I believe John 1:1 is talking about.
Okay, in 1 Corinthians 10, Paul says that it was Christ in the wilderness with us. Do you agree with the text?
That's nasty right there.
Can we read it? Can we read it?
That is nasty right there.
No, but what I'm talking about with John 1:1 is I don't believe in this verse it's talking. I don't know if
what's the beginning?
Hold on, Ariella, we're gonna get to that. Let's just I
don't completely deny the pre-existence of Christ, saying that you guys are wrong. What I'm saying is that in John 1:1, it's not talking about the pre-existence of Christ.
Okay.
You're gonna go back
Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were baptized unto Moses in the cloud and the sea, and did eat all that same spiritual meat, and did drink of that spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was a thought. Christ. No, it was Christ. Do you agree with the text?
So what is it? What is the meaning of the text, though?
What was following us throughout the wilderness for 40 years?
What was following us?
Yeah. The angel of the Lord, sir.
Okay, so you're saying the angel of the Lord was Christ?
Paul is saying that.
And I agree with him.
Okay. So
does Jesus Christ have the ability to forgive sins?
Yes.
So did the angel of the Lord.
Okay.
So let's go to John 1:1.
Okay.
Let's go to John 1:1 because that was your point. Hassad, did you want to deal with it?
Well, I can. But I think the brother's saying. The brother said, "All right." It sounds like he's
no. That sounds. I don't. Y'all the prophets. I don't. I mean, like I got to look at that. I don't really. I'm not aware of everything. I got to look at that. But what I'm saying is John 1:1 is not talking about the pre-existence of Christ.
Okay, so what's the beginning?
I believe John 1:1 is quoting from Proverbs. If you look at Proverbs 8. If you look at Proverbs,
remember we just were talking about wisdom, this a few days ago.
And wisdom is talking about like wisdom because it personifies in Proverbs 8. It personifies wisdom, and then if you look at John 1:1, it personifies the word.
Okay, but here's the issue: the word is made flesh, and it literally says we handled the word. The word dwelt among us, so it's different. But look,
that means God's plan took God's plan
flesh, it was made
materialized. God's plan materialized
into Jesus
as flesh.
Right.
Flesh, brother, human. But let's look at John
17. How about yeah, go ahead, Hassad. Go ahead, you got it.
John 17.
And then Ariella, go ahead, because he ain't got a chance.
Verse 5. Look what Jesus says to God, brother, the Father. Verse 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thy own self, with the glory which I had with you before the world was.
Right. And that's meaning that before the world was, what was there? The word. God had the plan to glorify Jesus from the beginning because Jesus was the lamb. Jesus was the lamb slain from the foundations of the earth.
You're cutting yourself.
It literally said the glory which he had. He had this glory before the world was made. So when did Jesus have that glory before the world was made?
But that's just the language. That's just the language of the Bible. Was the lamb slain? Was the lamb slain?
You don't get to do that.
Please, can you answer?
Was the lamb slain from the foundation of the earth?
Answer the question. When did Jesus have the glory before the foundation of the world? The glory. When did he have?
When did Jesus lose the glory?
We're going to answer that as soon as you answer this one.
Okay.
So when did Jesus have the glory with the Father before the foundation of the world?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. And that's the point.
Ariella, did you have anything you wanted to add in?
Yeah, it's quite simple. John 1:1 says, in the beginning. When is the beginning, brother?
The beginning of time.
Okay. So in the beginning was the word. What does the word was mean?
It existed.
Okay, so the word existed in the beginning, correct?
Or it was with God. So
The word
the
existed.
word is not an existing being. The word
Sir,
logos literally means a thought. Literally means a
slow
thought.
down. Can you slow down? Again, just follow the logic.
All right, go
The
ahead, keep going,
beginning is
bro.
before time, correct?
Well,
Okay, cool.
it's in time. It's in
So
time.
it's
Beginning
the
is a
beginning
time.
of time, right? In the beginning, when time begins, this is the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The word was means existence, correct? In the past tense. So the word existed in the beginning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And who's the word?
The word is Jesus.
So Jesus existed. So Jesus existed in the beginning, correct?
In principle, I believe, because the word doesn't mean a person.
Oh my
It
God,
just says.
sir! I
It
didn't
just says
ask
the
you what. I
logos.
didn't ask you
Okay.
that. I did not ask you that. Like, see, what you're doing is like you're saying one thing and then you're double talking.
I'm
In one
not.
breath,
I'm
listen.
explaining my. As you're going along, I'm explaining what I believe. So
I don't care what you believe. We're talking about what the Bible is saying. The Bible is clearly saying that the word existed in the beginning. Yes.
Yeah.
You agree with that? Yes.
Yes.
So and Jesus is the word, correct?
Not an no, not
is
not
Jesus
in the
the
way.
word? Yes or no?
Not in the way that you're understanding it. Is what I'm
How do you
saying.
know the way I'm understanding? I'm asking you a very
Because
simple question.
you're saying that
Is Jesus
Jesus
Christ the
is
word? Yes or no?
yes and no is what I'm going to
All
say.
right, bye. Have a nice night. Have a nice night, sir.
Do you agree though that you're done here?
No, your understanding is different from my understanding.
Are
And
you
if you're
the
not gonna,
word? Are you
if you're
the
not
word?
trying to,
Yeah,
if
are
you're
you
not
the
trying to,
word?
if you
Are
can,
you the
if,
word?
That's a good question. Are you Jesus?
if you're not gonna understand what I'm trying to say, then how could you,
Sir,
refute it?
listen. Are you the
Talk with it.
word? Are you the word?
I'm not the word. No.
Okay. So in Hebrews 1 and 4, right? I want to just make this, I want to bring this home and we'll get the last brother on. Being made so much better than the angels. When was he made so much better than the angels?
When he was made of a woman, when he was born.
But he was in his flesh. He wasn't glorified. How was he better
What?
than the angels?
How is God given? How is he given authority over the angels as a man? It's just the way God made him to be.
Angels can't die. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but Jesus is still above the angels, even as a man on earth.
True
or false?
He didn't accomplish. When was all power and authority given to him?
While he was on earth?
After his resurrection. So when was he made so much better than the angels?
When was he made?
Verse 5. In the beginning, he's the only begotten. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee? When did the Most High begot the Son?
Right. Yeah, you got me there. I don't got no. But I do want to ask you. Can I ask you one more question, though, Deacon?
Hold on. And again, I will be a father to him. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, when did he bring him into the world?
When he was born.
And let all the angels of God worship him. When did all the angels of God worship him when he was born?
When he was on earth, the angels worshipped him and ministered to him.
And let all the angels of God worship him.
Right. But that's prophetic, no?
Oh God. He's talking past tense, sir.
This is talking about him being created. He was the first spirit created by the Father, and after that, he did the creating.
Okay, so how was one more question? How was the word God? Why does it says and the word was God instead of why would it say what's your understanding of that? Because I don't get how the word was God.
The same way that Moses was God, or in Exodus 22 and 28, our rulers are God, or Christ said, "No, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods."
God.
But it's using past tense as was. The word was God.
He's a God. Yes, he's a God.
No,
Hey,
but
we love you. We love you, brother. Listen, we love you, brother.
Word was means past tense though. They mean he's no longer God, right? So
oh my God, bro, Lord in Christ. You can't be this slow.
You'll be all right. Listen, you said you listen to us. We'll listen to the prophets. The Son pre-existed his incarnation.
All right. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate it.
Much love and appreciation.
All right. Lastly, Brother Jay, what's going on, man? I see you riding around pushing them packs. I used to ride around pushing packs too.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't really have no smoke. I just had like I wanted to clarify something. So I heard that y'all said that like the West Coast Africans, like some of them are Israelites.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what about the Liberians?
Some of the people in Liberia are black people that repatriated back to that landmass. So those I would say yes, but a large majority of the people in Liberia I would say that are not Israelites.
A large majority?
I don't know exactly what number, but I say a fair amount because when you look at a lot of the history of the country of Liberia, most slaves did not come from Liberia, and they were.
But they
Yeah.
I heard that like most of the slaves that was in America was taken over there to colonize it, right? It was taken from America and put over there.
Yeah, so Black Americans from America repatriated, like I said, back to Liberia because they want to just go somewhere in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
so,
talk.
So, Laki, real quick, King. So you like when you look at, I'm right now looking at the ethnic groups in Liberia, right? 20.3% Capelle, 13.4% Bassa, Grebo, Don, Mano, Crew, right? And then 3.2% Mandinka. We know that the Mandinka are Israelites. And 1.3% Mendi. We know that the Mendi are Israelites. So, like as Hassad said, we wouldn't say that the vast majority of them are Israelites.
Okay. All right. No, I was asking. And then another question I want to ask, so I don't hold y'all up. The timeline from like, cause you guys talk about like America being like bombed or the EU coming against America. So I wanted to hear like a short time, like the timeline between like Jacob's trouble, when the nukes are supposed to come. Is that supposed to come before the bomb, after the bomb? Like just a time of when everything's supposed to happen.
Jacob's trouble, I mean, has technically been here for a minute, but I'd say like the climax of it would, of course, be before the bombs drop because we're not going to be able to be going through trouble here if this place is burning. You see what I'm saying? So, how long will that be? I couldn't tell you.
So the bomb dropping would probably be like the last thing that happens.
That would be the last thing because
that's the sixth trumpet.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, all right, no problem. That's all I want to ask. Thank you.
All praise to the Most High. All right, my brother.
All right, appreciate y'all for coming on, Brother Ariella and Hassad Sakari. Make sure you guys subscribe to their channel. I think Ariella Sakari has a premiere going on right now that I just invaded. We usually don't go 3 hours on here no more, but hey, sometimes it happens. So let's end this by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.